Let me take this opportunity to introduce our resource person, Dr. Sumit Narula. Dr. Sumit Narula is a doctorate from Punjab University, Chandigarh. He is currently working as Deputy Dean Research, Publications and Research at MIT University, Gwalior. He is also the director of MIT School of Communication in MIT University, Madhya Pradesh. He has published 2 books in mass communication journalism and edited 7 books and also published several papers in the national and international journals. He is the editor-in-chief of biannual Scopus Index and UGC Care listed journal. It's a journal of content, community, and communication. He is the chairman of recently established Center of Excellence for Detecting of Fake News and Disinformation at AUMP. He has been a regular resource person and conducted several workshops on the topic of how to catch predatory journals in academics. We welcome you, Dr. Sumit, and now it's over to you.
Thank you, sir, for this opportunity, and it's very, very kind of you and the institution for giving me this opportunity to going live with the audience. So it will be a long workshop, and I will be clearing your doubts on how to catch fake, predatory, and clone journals. We have got some of the copyrights also. In catching them, we have developed a technique. I will share that technique with everybody. We have also got a technique to catch fraud impact factor also. So the impact factor is also ruling the world of academics and playing a significant role in our lives. So I will be showing you that also, that how to catch the fraud impact factor. I will be switching off the camera to save the bandwidth from my area. And as and when there is a question, I will start my camera. I will be sharing my screen. First, I will show you what is the problem. We have been covered by the channel Aaj Tak. Aaj Tak contacted me and asked me about this menace of predatory and clone journals. So I made a small presentation for them, and it was on TV. I will show you that video for 5 minutes so that you can understand that what is the problem. And now I will show you that, and then I will show you some slides, around 7 slides, and then I will also go live and will give you live examples. At the moment, I have a data of around 95 clone journals and around 50 predatory journals, which are still extracting money out of us. And why they are taking money out of us? Because we are their, you can say, targets, and we are naive. And in India, research scholars are not much encouraged to ask questions, and they just think that whatever they're doing is it's fine. So that is a problem that we are facing. So let me share my screen and show you a video first to understand the main problem of predatory journals and clone journals in India. So, sir, I'm playing the video. Just give me a quick yes that
Yes,
the video.
It's visible.
Okay. Is it audible also, sir? I just stopped it. Before that, is it audible? I'm again playing it. Just.
Yes, audible.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, audible nahi hai. Just a second. I'll just check the settings and replay it. So I've stopped sharing it. I will share it in a tab. So because I think for video, they will ask for the tab. I have to make it a tab. Just a second. I'll do it. tab best for video and animation. I clicked on the tab. Just a second. Just. Okay, so I have made it a tab. So after making it a tab, I'll just take that tab now.
Okay, sir.
It was audible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
युवाओं के सपने से खेलने का नया जरिया सामने आया है। फर्जी जर्नल और फर्जी रिसर्च पेपर छात्रों को धोखा देकर पैसे बेचने का तरीका बनता जा रहा है। जर्नल के नाम पर जो खेल हो रहा है उसे समझना बेहद जरूरी है, क्योंकि ये खेल युवाओं के भविष्य के साथ साथ उनकी जेब से भी हो रहा है। पर यह खेल हो कैसे रहा है, ये समझने के लिए पहले जान लीजिए कि ये जर्नल एक खास तरह की पत्रिका होती है जिसमें किसी खास विषय से जुड़े रिसर्च पेपर्स छपते हैं। पीएचडी करने वाले छात्रों के लिए कम से कम 2 रिसर्च पेपर जर्नल में छपवाना जरूरी होता है, तभी यूजीसी छात्रों को पीएचडी की डिग्री देता है। यूजीसी यानी यूनिवर्सिटी ग्रांट कमीशन ने जिन जर्नल को मान्यता दी है, रिसर्च पेपर उसी जर्नल में छपना चाहिए। यूजीसी के इसी नियम का फायदा कुछ जालसाज उठाते जा रहे हैं। असल में इन जर्नल्स में जिनकी वेबसाइट पर अगर आप जाएं तो न तो इनका कोई पता मिलेगा और न ही इनकी संपादकीय टीम की कोई जानकारी होगी। इसीलिए ये ऑनलाइन दिख तो जाएंगे पर इन्हें ट्रैक करना मुश्किल होता है और खुद छात्र से तहकीकात तक नहीं हो पाती। इसका फायदा उठाते हुए ये वेबसाइट्स किसी भी तरह का रिसर्च छापने का ऑफर देते हैं और रिसर्च छापने के एवज में पैसे वसूलते हैं। लेकिन छात्रों को ये बाद में समझ आता है कि यहाँ छपी रिसर्च का कोई मतलब ही नहीं है, क्योंकि उन्हें यूजीसी मान्यता ही नहीं देगा।
ये जो क्लोन्ड और प्रेडेटरी जर्नल्स है, 1 घंटे में, कई बार आधे घंटे में आपका पेपर पब्लिश कर देते हैं। आप इनको पेपर भेजें, इनको मेल करके भेज दीजिए कि हमें पैसे फटाफट देने को तैयार हैं। जैसे आप इनको पैसे देंगे, बिना पढ़े आपका पेपर पब्लिश कर देंगे। और फिर जब आप उसको जाकर चेक करोगे, वो एक क्लोन्ड वेबसाइट पे होगा। और जब यूनिवर्सिटी अथॉरिटी डिग्री देने के लिए आपका पेपर चेक करेगी ओरिजिनल वेबसाइट पे, वहां वो पढ़ा ही नहीं होगा।
फर्जी या क्लोन्ड जर्नल पर लगाम लगाने के लिए यूजीसी केयर बनाया गया है, जहां क्लोन जर्नल की जानकारी दी जाती है और मांगी जाती है। लेकिन इनकी तादाद इतनी ज्यादा है कि सभी का पता लगाना आसान नहीं है। फिर भी अगर छात्र थोड़ी सावधानी बरते तो वो बच सकते हैं।
ये एक जर्नल है जिसका नाम है ऑट। ये ऑट जर्नल की जो वेबसाइट है, ये इस वेबसाइट पे ही आपको कमियां मिल जाएंगी। चोर आपको यही बैठा हुआ मिल जाएगा वेबसाइट पर। अब पकड़ना कैसे है, इसमें गलतियां क्या क्या हैं। सबसे पहले देखिए, आप जब कॉन्टैक्ट डिटेल्स में जाएंगे, यहाँ आपको किसी का आता पता नहीं मिलेगा। आपको पता ही नहीं है ये कौन लोग हैं, इनके बारे में कोई एड्रेस ही नहीं है। और यही आप किसी ओरिजिनल जर्नल पे जाएंगे, आपको सारी चीजें कॉन्टैक्ट अस में मिल जाएंगी। दूसरी चीज, आप एडिटोरियल बोर्ड में जाएंगे, नकली नाम दिए होते हैं। इन लोगों को खुद नहीं पता होता कि इनके नाम यहाँ पर है। ये देखिए, कट कॉपी पेस्ट करके ओरिजिनल ईमेल आईडीज यहाँ पे है ही नहीं उनके, तो उन लोगों को भी नहीं पता कि उनका नाम यहाँ पे लगा दिया गया है।
जर्नल में रिसर्च पेपर छापने का झांसा देकर छात्रों से हजारों रुपए वसूले जाते हैं। नकली लेटर भी इशू किए जाते हैं, लेकिन इसका भारी नुकसान छात्रों को ही उठाना पड़ता है। रिसर्च पेपर का ये खेल छात्रों के साथ शिक्षकों के करियर के लिए भी घातक है। आपको बता दें कि कॉलेज में शिक्षक की नौकरी पाने के लिए एपीआई यानी एकेडमिक परफॉर्मेंस इंडेक्स बहुत अहम होता है। एपीआई के लिए जर्नल में रिसर्च पेपर छपना बहुत जरूरी होता है। इसी के आधार पर उनको इंटरव्यू में पॉइंट्स मिलते हैं। इसके अलावा शिक्षकों के प्रमोशन भी एपीआई के आधार पर ही होते हैं। यूजीसी ने जर्नल में आर्टिकल छपवाने की प्रक्रिया हाई क्वालिटी रिसर्च के लिए की है, लेकिन कुछ लोगों ने इसे मुनाफे का धंधा बना लिया। हालांकि इसका दोहरा नुकसान है।
साफ तौर पर शायद यही वजह है कि इंटरनेशनली जब रिसर्च देखा जाता है भारत को, तब उसमें साइटेशन ना के बराबर होता है। यानी इंडिया के रिसर्च को विदेशों में तकरीबन 3% सिर्फ साइटेशन है। तो साफ तौर पर अंदाजा लगाइए कि किस तरह से ये फ्रॉडस्टर्स, ये जालसाज, ये शोध के शिकारी शोध को डेंट कर रहे हैं।
अगर रिसर्च करने वाला एक छात्र सावधान रहे और जर्नल की वेबसाइट को बारीकी से देखें और समझें तो इस फर्जीवाड़े से बचा जा सकता है। अगर आपको भी किसी फर्जी जर्नल की जानकारी मिलती है तो जरूर उसकी जानकारी यूजीसी को दें। इससे छात्रों के साथ होने वाला धोखा रोका जा सकेगा। दिल्ली से राम किंकर सिंह के साथ ब्यूरो रिपोर्ट, गुड न्यूज टुडे।
I hope everybody has understood the problem. So now I am sharing the screen and going to the slides. Sir, my slides are visible?
Not yet, sir.
Just a second.
Yes, sir.
They're visible now?
Yes, sir.
Right. So thank you, sir, for giving me the opportunity. I think now the problem is in front of everybody, and we have shown you the coverage also that we are dealing very, very badly under the problem of this cloned and predatory journals. So this would be my designations, whatever has given to me by the university. And now let's define what is a cloned journal. This is a definition which I have taken from many of the researchers and many of the research papers that we have studied. You can have your own definition also, but this is the one that we follow. That cloned journal web pages are a counterfeit mirror of an authentic journal that exploit the title and ISN of legitimate journals. In contrast to predatory journals, cloned journals are more likely to accept papers from authors since they have developed as the mirror image of the reputable journal, including their domain names. I will show the live examples also. There are 92 cloned journals in the market at the moment. There are more than that, but UGC has said that there are 92, but we think there are more than 100. Some of these counterfeit journals actively chase authors through a modified email message that announces a fake call for papers in a current issue of the journals. Authors may be duped by these solicitations into paying an open access publication fees, trusting that their work is about to be published in a reputable journal. So you pay them the money and you think that it's an open access journal, but at the end of the day, they're doing fraud. They take the money on the pretext of a brilliant idea that is open access, but eventually they're not open access, they're totally fraud. So we need to understand the concept of open access also, that we will do in the second half of the workshop. In the first half, we will be specifically focusing on cloned journals and fraud impact factor only. On the second half, we will go to the predatory and to the open access policies and open access ethics, that where to pay, when to pay, and whom to pay. So what is a predatory journal? It is called right-only publishing or deceptive publishing. The definition itself says that it is a deception. It is an exploitative publishing business model that involves charging publication fees to authors without checking articles for quality and legitimacy and without providing the other editorial and publishing services. They won't provide you anything. They usually publish your paper very, very quickly, and large number of papers are being published by these publishers. I can tell you an example like MDPI is a renowned publisher in Swiss, but they're publishing 14,000 papers in a year, which is next to impossible without the peer review. But they say that, and the people say they are renowned, but now they're losing the credibility because of publishing large number of papers, that too very quickly. Now, what are these publishers? They are regarded as predatory because scholars are tricked into publishing with them, although some authors may be aware that the journal is of poor quality or even fraudulent. Now, the onus comes to the guide and to the institution that why a student is publishing in a poor quality journal or a fraudulent journal. And they know it that they are poor quality, but they publish it because there is no checks and balances at the university level, and they get the degrees, increments, and everything. New scholars from developing countries like India are said to be especially at risk of being misled by predatory publishers. According to one study, that is a study by Nature, 60% of articles published in predatory journals will never receive a citation. And they will also not get the citation over the 5-year period following publication. So if you publish with a fraud journal, you will never get a citation. Citations plays a very, very important role in your career, in your life, in your H-index, and in the H-index of the university, and the H-index of the country also. So nowadays, the game is on citations only. Even if you are publishing well, but no, if you're not getting any citations, that means your research is poor. So we'll discuss that, the citation concept. So wrong impact factor, let's go to the impact factor, which is changing everybody's life nowadays, and everybody is discussing impact factor a lot. So impact factor word can only be used by Clarivate analysis. There is no Thomson and Reuters impact factor now. It is Clarivate, and Clarivate has bought Web of Science, and they provide you JCR, that is called Journal Citation Report. And site score is by Elsewhere, which is Scopus, and it is also gaining momentum where people are more inclined towards impact factor. So as and when the word impact factor is used on any journal, it should be of Clarivate. No other company can use the word impact factor. If they are giving you disinformation and they're dubious. I will show you the names and the companies also, because I'm the editor-in-chief of a journal. I get a lot of mail from these fraud companies that I pay them some money and they can give me the impact factor, whatever that I want, because they don't have any formula. There is a formula to solve that impact factor. I will show you that also. And site score is a different concept. It is dynamic. It is a monthly score that you get by Elsewhere, and impact factor is an yearly event. So let me now share you some of the examples, live examples of impact factor. So impact factor versus site score. Here it is. I will share that link also with sir on. I cannot see the chat platform at the moment, but I will share this link with sir. So here you can see, this is the formula. So the site score is for 4 years. The impact factor is for 2 years. The impact factor is Web of Science, that is the Clarivate thing, and site score is Scopus, which is the Elsewhere thing. So both the companies have their own formula, and both the companies have their own different mechanism to get into it. But usually they are nearby, and if a journal has a good impact factor, that journal will have a good site score also. So they run almost parallelly, they run, but the methodology and the data collection method is different. You can see that the citation received in 2019 in Web of Science will have the impact factor of 20. And then here they have the documents from 16, 17, 18, and 19, and then we'll have the site score of 2020. So if I go to Scopus, I have the full access. I have taken the remote access from my university at the moment. So if I give you the site score, I'll show you the site score of our own journal. That is the media journal that we run. Journal of Content, Community and Communication. This is the only journal in India in communication category which is in Scopus databases. So that is also an achievement that we carry along with us through the research that we have done. We got indexed in 2015 and it's 2022, and the competition is very high to sustain ourselves in that database. So it is very, very important for an editor-chief to understand the nitty-gritty of impact factor also and site score also. So I don't have the impact factor of my journal because it is not Web of Science index journal. But I have the site score, and I will show you that how do the site scores we see and check. I type the name here again. I think some problem with the access because I'm unable to see. I can go through the website. Let me go to the. Here it is. So this is a journal, and you can see the site score is 1.6. But I do not have the impact factor. If somebody asks me to give him or her the impact factor, I cannot give because this is a site score only. So it is very, very important to understand. If a journal is showing you an impact factor, you need to see that it should be a Clarivate given impact factor. For that, we will go to the Web of Science resources, and they will provide you an MJL, Master Journal List. You can enter the databases with your Gmail ID. It is free. You can make your account. You will be able to see the journals, but you will not be able to see what is a journal publishing. So like I have created my free account. You can also create your free account. I will log in with my Gmail ID. Here it is. You can see, you can log in with your Facebook, your Google, your Orchid ID, and your LinkedIn ID also. So I signed in, and now I have the full access to the MJL, that is the Master Journal List. Here it is. And when you click here on right side on downloads, you will see the JCR 2022. So JCR 2022 means Journal Citation Report, and it means that it has given impact factor to only these two categories, SCIE and SSCI. There will be no impact factor for AHCI and EHCI. EHCI is not recognized by UGC CARE also. So if you go to UGC CARE and you think that you have published in a Web of Science index paper and it is automatically in UC Care. It's not like that. In UC Care Group 2, EACI is not recognized. Here it is, you can see. The EACI is not indexed and not recognized. Now, how do I answer to that? You go to resources or you go to FAQ. Rather, you go to FAQ. When you go to FAQ, question number 16 answers your query on your own. Are journals included in EACI part of Web of Science? So journals included in EACI are not part of the UC Care Group 2. So it is very, very important for us to understand that many fraud journals say that they are Web of Science. Yes, they are Web of Science, but in Web of Science, they are EACI. They don't tell us that they are EACI. They say Web of Science and they sell their journal. And EACI journals are not recognized in UC Care Group 2. So it is very, very important for us to have a look at that also. When you click here on Group 2, only these three categories are indexed. Right. So now coming back again to impact factor, it is very, very important and pertinent to understand that where are the fraud companies like this. Root indexing. So root indexing is a company which gives you whatever impact factor you want for your journal. You pay them the money and they will give you the impact factor. This agency has no mechanism, no algorithm to give you the original and the right impact factor. But most of the journals which are in the category of predatory or getting predatory are getting the certificates from them. After root indexing, we have DRJI. It is running from Solapur, Maharashtra, and somebody has started this agency and they can give you the impact factor you're looking for because they also don't have any kind of mechanism to do that. And then we have SRJI. That is also like that. They can also give you the impact factor, and these are unbelievable numbers that they give to you. The only thing they require is money from your side, and the mechanism is also not that good. Now, as and when you see these companies and their impact factor on any of the agencies, please be aware that the journal is of fraud intent. Now, anybody has any question on impact factor? Sir, if any question on impact factor, I can clear right now.
So I have a question.
Go ahead.
Sir, how to calculate impact factor for UGC journal, sir?
So UGC Care journals which are in print journal can never have the impact factor. So if a print journal is giving you an impact factor, it is doing a disinformation or a misinformation campaign. You cannot have the impact factor for print journals because everything has to be online to go with this formula. I've just showed you the formula. I will again go back to that formula. This is a formula. You need to have the citable documents and the data online. Only then you will be able to find out. So UGC Care Group 1 journals will not have any impact factor because they are print journals.
Okay, sir. Then there is then it does not carry any validity.
Right. So that's my point. The people say that it's an Hindi journal, or it's an English journal, or it's a print journal. As and when it's a print journal, the word impact factor goes away from them. That we need to understand. Okay. So anybody else? I couldn't hear now.
A couple of questions are there, sir, but they are not related to impact factor.
Okay.
We'll take them later.
Okay. Anybody else on impact factor? Any point? Any concern from your side, sir?
Perfectly okay, sir. We can proceed.
Okay. So now after understanding the impact factor, we will go to some of the fraud journals. I will show you the live examples. And on those fraud journals, there will be impact factors given by these fraud agencies. So they collude with each other. The fraud journal will go to a fraud company and fraud company will give them a fraud impact factor. But we will think them that all are original and we will pay them a lot of money plus our research also. And I will show you a story where we have given a figure that millions of dollars have been siphoned off from India because of this problem. So I'll just show you that story also. This has published in London and Times Higher Education. The data was provided by me where we worked together and we saw that thousands of dollars are being siphoned off from India and research also. So this is there. So usually they charge 200 an article, a research paper, and more than 5,000 papers were published in 2021. And out of 5,000, 1,500 papers came from India-based authors. And I think it is more than that now. It is 2021. Now it is about to complete the 2022. I think it will be more than 10,000 research papers of India in these fraud journals. We are the #1 in publishing predatory journals as well as publishing in predatory journals. So there is a journal, International Journal of Health Sciences, which has been removed. It published 1,200 papers a year. Out of 1,200, 700 are from India, and then 400 was from Iran and Iraq. So we are reached to that level that these poorest countries, those countries who doesn't stand anywhere, has large number of fraud papers. Like India is also a part of those fraud journals. So this is the problem, that a lot of money is being siphoned off from India. And then there is a story in Business Standard also. We have also developed a course with Taylor's University in Malaysia. I'll show you that course also. You can do that course also. It is for free. And it is a compulsory course for them to do. Every research scholar is attending that course. And you can see at the moment we have 78 students enrolled, and the review rate is also 5-star. In that, I have collaborated with the Taylor's University, Emerald Publishing, and their Center for Industrial Revolution. So that we have given them the right examples. It's 1-year-old course now. I need to update that with new material. But we have given them the live examples that how a fraud is happening in Southeast Asian countries also, in some of the developing countries also, in the area of predatory. There is not much of the problem of clones, but the problem of predatory is very much there.
सर मेरा एक सवाल है.
हाँ जी, पूछिए.
सर जर्नल का, किसी एक जर्नल का साइट स्कोर भी हो सकता है, इम्पैक्ट फैक्टर भी हो सकता है.
हाँ, वो अगर सब जगह इंडेक्स्ड है, अगर वो वेब ऑफ साइंस में भी इंडेक्स्ड है, अगर वो स्कोपस में भी इंडेक्स्ड है, तो उसका दोनों मिलेगा उसको. पर आपको वेब ऑफ साइंस में ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा कि वो SSCI में होना चाहिए, SCIE में होना चाहिए. अगर वो ASCI में है या ESCI में, फिर उसे वेब ऑफ साइंस में होने के बावजूद भी इम्पैक्ट फैक्टर नहीं मिलेगा.
ठीक है. अगर सर वो स्कोपस इंडेक्स हुआ जर्नल, तो उसको इम्पैक्ट फैक्टर नहीं होगा.
नहीं होगा. मैं अपने जर्नल का आपको एग्जांपल लाइव दिखाया कि अगर मेरा जर्नल है तो इसका इम्पैक्ट फैक्टर भी नहीं आ सकता, क्योंकि मेरे पास सिर्फ साइट स्कोर है, ये वेब ऑफ साइंस में नहीं है. तो इसी चीज का आपको ध्यान रखना. अगर कोई बंदा वर्ड यूज कर रहा है इम्पैक्ट फैक्टर, उसको क्लैरिवेट की वेबसाइट पे जाके वेरीफाई करना यहाँ पर आकर कि वो जर्नल यहाँ दिखाई दे रहा है कि नहीं इस लिस्ट में. अगर वो नहीं दिखाई दे रहा तो दैट मींस कि ये फ्रॉड का केस है.
ठीक है सर. ओके, थैंक यू.
क्लैरिवेट वाले देंगे इम्पैक्ट फैक्टर, ये इनकी जिम्मेवारी है.
ओके सर.
और ना ये खरीदा जा सकता है, ना इसकी कोई एजेंसी है, ये खुद अपने आप देते हैं. ये जो मेरा साइट स्कोर है जर्नल का, ये अपने आप इन्होंने बना के दिया, मैंने कुछ नहीं किया. दे हैव माय रिकॉर्ड, दे नो दैट कि मेरे को कितने पेपर्स पब्लिश किए हैं, कितनी मुझे आज तक साइटेशंस मिली है मेरे जर्नल को, और उसको खुद फार्मूला से इन्होंने डिवाइड प्लस माइनस करके मुझे 1.6 निकाल के दिया है. मैंने ना कोई पैसे पे किए हैं. इट इज द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी एंड ड्यूटी ऑफ द डेटा मैनेजमेंट कंपनीज लाइक क्लैरिवेट एंड एल्सवेयर टू प्रोवाइड दिस डेटा फ्री. यूजुअली लोग कहते हैं हर जगह पैसा इन्वॉल्व है, पैसे लगते हैं. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. एंड दे डू नॉट चार्ज एनीथिंग. एल्सवेयर में स्कोपस में रहने का कोई खर्चा नहीं है, स्कोपस में जाने का कोई खर्चा नहीं है. अगर कोई जर्नल ये भी कहता है कि स्कोपस वाले पैसे मांग रहे हैं, वो सब झूठ बोल रहे हैं. ये एजेंसीज कोई पैसा नहीं मांगती किसी भी तरीके का. जर्नल अपने नाम पे लोगों से धोखा देके पैसे मांगते हैं. हमने आज तक पैसे नहीं मांगे किसी चीज के लिए.
Sumit sir?
Yes sir.
Sir, we have participants from other countries also and from South India also. So I will request you to kindly maintain communication in English only, sir.
Yes. The question was in Hindi, that's why I replied in Hindi. Right. So anybody else, any question? So we have this course also. We got our news published in Business Standard also. There are a lot of things that we are doing in this area to do a lot of awareness. And I can say that we have taken around 370 plus workshops since the lockdown. We started in April 2020, now it is October 2022. And I have a record of around 370 plus official workshops taken in the same area and saving a lot of people from this menace. Now I'll directly take you to some of the live examples of these fraud journals, which are still existing, asking for money, and mostly Indians are publishing with them. So the first example is a journal named Ot. The name is unique, but this is an original journal. And if you look at the website, now this is a fraud website, and I'll tell you that how you can catch this fraud website. I'll do 7 steps. And after 7 steps, you will also be able to catch a fraud website. I'll show you 9 websites. There are 92, but I will show you 9. And then second half, we will shift to predatory, and we will shift to the open ethics policies. So the first example is Ot. Now, Ot is a research journal. And what are the errors you can see on the website is, first, they are using the UGC logo here on the right-hand side. A UGC logo cannot be used by any journal. It is a direct case of copyright infringement. But they're using it because they're fraud. They don't have, nobody's going to catch them. And it will go like that. Then they will write the word UGC Care Group 2. Be alert when they write it, because UGC Care Group 2, an international journal, has no worries. Why are they writing a UGC Care Group 2? Because we are their targets. Indians are their targets. And that's why it is specifically written UGC Care Group 2. Why it's not written HEC? I taught in Pakistan also. There it was Higher Education Commission. So even Pakistan is not their target. The target is UGC Care Group 2, Indian people only. The next thing is subject will be multidisciplinary. You cannot have multidisciplinary, you can have interdisciplinary. So then you go to contact. When you go to contact, no data will be provided to you. You do not know who these people are. And then they also run with a Gmail ID. It is very, very dangerous if a journal is running with a Gmail ID. It should have an organizational email ID, but it's not there because they're fraud. Then you click on the editorial board. When you click on the editorial board, only the names are written here, cut, copied, and pasted. No official information has been provided. And we do not know whether these people know that their names have been misused here, yes or no. Then you go to the current issue. When you go to the current issue, and you will see some of the research papers. Just look at some of the research papers. In different languages also people are publishing. One is in a role of youth in identity politics of Uttar Pradesh from Tripura. A Tripura University people publishing Uttar Pradesh research, and then a study in consumer preference to Samsung home appliances, and then nostalgia, a psychopathological reading of Salman Rushdie. So one is English novel, one is of appliances, one is of identity. So there are different kind of research papers published, and I can bet that most of them are plagiarized, fabricated, and falsified. Then you go to call for paper. When you go to call for paper, all the areas have been covered by them, which is not possible for a journal to publish all the areas or to cover all the areas. It should be interdisciplinary. You cannot have multidisciplinary. Once again, I'm repeating that. And then when you click on home, you will see a peer-reviewed, open access, monthly, and so it is all this information that they're providing to you. Publishing fees is 3,000 because it's a clone journal. Publishing fees is lesser here. In Predatory, it's a bit higher. And then you can see areas, this and that. And this website is then blank here. Now, where is the original journal? We will copy this name. We will go to the sources and type aught. If it is a Scopus Index journal, it will be self-populated. So aught. Here it is. It's a self-populated journal. It is a philosophy journal, not multidisciplinary. I click on it for more information. You can see the publisher also. It is an Italian publisher, La Nuova Italia Editize. And here is the source homepage. When you see the source homepage here, you will click here on the source homepage. And now clicking on that, it will take you to directly to the original homepage, which is in Italian, publishing in Italian language. This is the original journal aught, and what we saw was this fraud website, and people are happily publishing on these fraud websites. This is example number 1, that how to search for a journal. Second, another journal. Xi'an Journal of Architecture and Technology. It is again a cloned journal. The original website is in China, publishing in Chinese language. Somebody has started this website and it is flourishing. And how you can catch this website that it's a fraud website? They've used the screenshot that it is a Scopus Index journal. Yes, it is a Scopus Index journal. They've also given you an impact factor. A Scopus Index journal cannot give you an impact factor, but they've given you because they're fraud, anything that they can do. Then when you go to the contacts, again, there will be no information provided to you. And again, they're running with a Gmail ID. When you go to the editorial board, again, there will be no information, only the names cut, copied, and pasted. And this time, they don't even have the editor-in-chief. And when you go to the current issue, you will see some of the useless papers from all over the area. One is on Instagram, Morocco, and then you can see Taluka, a role of milk cooperative production societies in socio-economic development rural areas regarding Thawar village of Dhanra Taluka. So people from all over India are being made the part of this fraud, which is there. Even VIT University Vellore, which is one of the reputed institutions, has published by mistake in a fraud journal. Even Parul University and VIT Vellore is, I don't know what to say about that, because I think checking is not there. It's very, very important to have the checks and balances. Otherwise, this menace will not stop. Now, how to search and go to the regional journal? We'll copy this name. Again, the same exercise that we will use. We'll go to Scopus because they've used the screenshot of Scopus. We put the name of the journal here. Find sources. One result. Here it is. It's an architecture journal. Again, not a multidisciplinary journal. We click here. You can see Science Press. Science Press is a Chinese one, and here it is source homepage. We will click on source homepage, and it will take us to the original journal, which is in Chinese, publishing in Chinese language. And we are not able to even understand one word of that. But somebody has started this journal and earning a lot of money. I think millions of dollars. Another example now. There is one more journal. There are many examples I will show you. Adalia. So now Adalia is again a journal which is there. And why these journals are at the top? Why we are not getting to the original journals? Because these fraud journals are using the SEOs, and because of the SEOs, they will always remain on the top. And then when you type the Adalya, you will not be able to reach to the original journal, which is in a different part of the world. You will be reaching to a fraud journal. And we have we understand that the first link is the original one. We take it as an original journal. We haven't seen an original journal. हमें पता ही नहीं है. We don't know how original journal looks like. We think that this is original journal, and we start sending papers to them. Again, the fraud is there. They are using the Gmail ID. They are using the impact factor 5.3. We do not know from where they have got the impact factor. And once you click on again contact, you will see the same picture which was used by OT. So that means there is 1 or 5%, 1 or 2% which are doing this business of fraud in research for the Indians. When you go to the editorial board, you will see the names only, cut, copied and pasted from anywhere. You go to authors, you go to call for papers. Again, if you go to call for paper, you will see all the areas have been covered by them. You cannot have multidisciplinary journals and having these kind of bogus websites on them. And again, UGC Care Group 2 is highlighted here. Again, the logo of UGC is misused here, which is a direct case of copyright infringement. So now they've used the word impact factor. Let's search this journal in Web of Science databases also. Because a journal which is cloned has to be in a big database so that they can earn money out of that. So Adalya is there. We will search. An exact match has been found. So Adalya journal is in Web of Science, and you can see it is published from Turkey. We will click on view profile page. Let's find out some more information on that. And here it is. You can see the website is there. The primary language is Turkish. Frequency is annual, not monthly. It is annual. It is published from Turkey. And when we click here on visit site, it will take you and take us to the original website, which is in Turkey, publishing in Turkish language. And what we saw was the fraud website of this original journal. So let's see. This is the original website, Adalya. What we saw was this fraud website, and people are leisurely publishing with them. So if I go to archives, so issue September 2022, so you can see people from all over India are publishing. Even Jan, deemed university or whatever, you name an institution or a college. You name an institution or a college, the papers are there. The papers are there. Even you can see my own university, by mistake, some faculty has published in the August edition. So there are problems which are happening in all over India. You name a university, it will be there. So these are the 3 examples. I will show you more. Meanwhile, sir, any question by anyone, if we can have that?
Sir, couple of questions are there. Shall I ask what they are?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. It will break the monotony. Otherwise, I'll keep
right, sir. Right.
Yeah.
The questions are very random, sir. There is a question from Dana Priya. It asks, please suggest some environment-oriented free journals.
So that I'll go in the second half. So the journals of the categories I will do in the second half. Because when I go to DOAJ, Directory of Open Access Journal, then I will give them the list.
Okay. Another question from Sunita Kulkarni. She says, will you share a list of genuine journals for English literature with us?
I will share that.
Okay.
I will share that in the second half.
There's a question from, I'm taking the questions on YouTube also, sir.
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
There's a question from Sudha. She says, can you advise on publication in UGC journal which have print in nature?
I advise that, but you need to have the previous copies of that journal. Because some print journals are also doing a bad job and they are doing malpractices. So please see what have they publishing in the last editions. If they're publishing out of the purview large number of fraud papers, that means they will also be delisted by UGC. Because UGC is also very careful now taking the journals in the category. So just see that in which language they are publishing, and please take out some of the last year copies also, last month copies or yearly copies also. Only then go for UGC Care. And it does not have much of the relevance at the moment, UGC Care, because everybody is now looking for international publications in Scopus and Web of Science. But as the rules are changing and evolving, for research scholars, there is no research paper required. I think the draft notification has come, but the final notification hasn't come. So when the research scholars are not having any kind of publications with them, so then it will be a different kind of word for everybody. There will be very, very less publications, rather minimal. And our H index of the country and H index of the university will go down everywhere. So for UGC Care, I think with this rule, they have also said that the UGC Care will not have much of the relevance, because once there is no publication, what is the need of UGC Care then? So many things will come out with that.
Right, sir. So there's a question by Riti Gupta on YouTube. What if a print journal is online as well?
Yeah, it's good. It needs to have the EISN. We need to verify if the journal has a EISN, yes or no. A journal can have a website, but if it does not have the EISN, it does not stand any validity. I'll show you what is the meaning of EISN. Let me take you to the application form of a journal. This is a formula. You get the number from the NIST here. Here it is. And here you apply. And like we have a print journal also, and the same print journal have the EISN also. I'll show you the website of our journal, and from there I will take you to here it is. You can see we have two ISN. One is print. I think, sir, it is visible.
Yes, sir.
This is print. This is online. So you need to have both the ISN numbers to go online. Some of the journals are having the website also, but they are not legitimate. They are not eligible to run the website because they do not have the EISN. You cannot have both the things and does not have the ISN for both of them. So first you get the print ISN, then you apply for the online ISN. Like if I have an online journal, I cannot publish it on print because I need to have the print ISN number also. So it is very, very important for everybody to understand the procedure of ISN. A journal which is online need to have the EISN number also given by the government of India. You just cannot use the print ISN number for an online journal. You need to have that also, and you need to check that also. It is your responsibility to check that. Whether a website, a journal which is showing you a website has the EISN, yes or no. That is very, very important.
Right, sir. Shall I go for the next question, sir?
Yeah, if it is.
Okay. So there's a question from Ravi Chandran. Sir, how we find articles index in journal?
So indexing agencies do the work for you. Like if I go to Scopus and my journal is indexed there. So I am in Scopus and you go to sources, you type the name of the journal. I type the name of the journal, Journal of Content Community. So at the moment it's not showing, some kind of error is there. So let's go for a Sage journal. Or you can go with the publisher also. So if I go by the publisher, I'll type a Sage, just Sage. Let's see what journal comes out. I go to apply. They got 968 journals here. So if I go to this journal, Personality and Social Psychology Review. So once I go there, I have the full access. I will click on Scopus Content Coverage. I will see how many papers they are publishing. Then I click here on 20 documents. Now I have the access to all the 20 documents. So what we do, we check the name of the author here. So like if a person has applied for PhD in MIT University, how do I work? Because I am the Deputy Dean Research, so I have to issue a certificate to them, whether they got the genuine publication, yes or no. So I will go to the database, I'll go to search, I'll type their name there. So like I'll go to authors, I type my name to give you the example. I click on search and you will see that there are 16 papers at the moment in front of my name. So this is how we see every name. A person who's even applied to the university, we need to check the databases. He can say that I have 15 papers. We will say, okay, we will check it on our own and we verify that. And once it is verified, the full credit is given to that particular person. So if you want to see like that, you have to go journal by journal to see your name. If your name is there and your name has the full papers in front of you, that means all the papers are genuinely published. Sometimes the paper stays on the website of the fraud journal only. They never enter the databases of Scopus because there is a problem. Like Journal of Positive School of Psychology is a fraud journal. And you will see thousands of papers and thousands of people are publishing with that journal, but those papers will never enter the databases of Scopus. They will stay on the website of the journal only. So once we go there, you will not see the benefits being given to you and to your university while publishing in a wrong journal. You think that you have published and you can feel excited and elated, but they will not show here in front of your name, which is very, very important. So this is how we check, and this is how everybody has to check their name, that how many papers are showing in front of their name. So if you don't go, you can go with the title also, like Name of a journal, big data and society. So it's a SAGE journal. It's an open access journal. Communication category, it was world's #1 journal in communication category. Now it has lost some of the score. So it had published 74 documents. And we can see the 74 documents as well as you click on view publisher, we can see them at the publisher website also. This should match. Those which are there on the publisher website can also be seen here also. It is an example of gold open access. I will give you the understanding of gold open access in the second half. So this is how we have to check. This is how you have to check your database and
Right,
your
sir.
name and your papers.
Great, sir. But sir, there is a one limitation. Whatever you are showing, the Scopus ID, that's a paid one, sir.
With a little access, you will be able to at least see the number of the papers. At least you will not be able to click here, but you will be able to see 74 documents. So you can understand that there is a journal like General School of Positive School of Psychology has published 5,000 papers on the website, but in the databases there are 20 only. So please stop publishing with that fraud journal because the papers will not be entering into the databases. So with limited access, if I go to limited access, you will not be able to click it, but you will be able to see the numbers. And numbers plays a very, very important role.
Right, sir.
And rest, my details, my mobile number is with everyone almost. So they can message me on WhatsApp and give me 24 hours because I also now getting a lot of data. So give me 24 hours to tell you that whether it's a fraud or a right journal. Do not pay to anybody. Do not pay to anybody before asking us. Because we do not want your research. I do not want your title. I just need the name of the journal and I could verify it for you where to pay and when to pay and whom to pay. I don't want to brag it here, but we have saved a lot of research scholars from paying into fraud journals. It's better not to publish than going into a fraud journal.
Right.
Sir, I have a question.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Sir, how about DOI numbers? How well they are relevant to Scopus and UGC?
It is very important to have a DOI number. It is very, very important. DOI is the digital object identifier. Even our journal, which is a kind of a small journal, we too have DOI of our research papers. And how do we do that? If you go to the June edition, which we released in June, every paper has been given a DOI number. It is not an easy exercise. It's a very, very tough exercise to make machine readable. All the papers machine readable. For that, we go to apps.crossref. We have bought the access of Crossref, and I am personally making on my own the journals, the papers, the machine readable one with all the information. So most of the predatory journals, clone journals can give you a wrong DOI, but that DOI won't work because the machine readability of the paper is very, very important. So how do you check it? You go to doi.org, and every DOI number has to be put here. If that DOI number is working, it will take you to the direct paper. Otherwise, there will be an error. So let me show you an example of a fraud journal giving you a fraud DOI. Like if we go to this journal, this is a clone journal, Xi'an journal, and they're also providing you a DOI. So, but how do you check it? You have to copy it from here, start from here, and then you put it here. Right? You go to submit, and this is the error. Mostly predatory as well as clone journals will give you the error. So be very, very careful from the working of the DOI number. You might get a DOI number. Anybody can provide you any kind of DOI number, but this should not work. This will not work. This should work rather, but this will not work. So Adalia and all these fraud journals will give you the DOI. They know that the importance of DOI is there. So they will provide you the DOI, but this DOI should work here at doi.org. Everybody, please check this email, check this website, doi.org, and put the DOI number of your research paper here. If it is working, then it is very, very good. Right. So anything, ma'am, on DOI?
No, I'm clear. Because UGC recommended journals itself never provides DOI.
They cannot. It's a costly affair. I showed you there. They cannot. We pay, I think, 40,000 a year to Crossref, and then Crossref give us the opportunity to add our papers like here. Like this is the journal DOI, the unique DOI, the URL. There is a lot of material that you have to fill, and after entering the database, they will give you a full page of metadata where you have to supplement everything. Like if you go to I4C initiative for open citations, you have to openly give the citations. Like I have got a paper from Neeraj sir. So I will be checking each and every citation, and all the citations will be going to the I4C. And I4C will have more citations, more data. Like you can see, the name of our university is here. So it is very, very important to understand the nitty-gritty of that. And it is not an easy thing. Fraud journalists will not do that because they don't have time. It is a time-consuming process, but it's very exciting process. So if I go to, say, here it is, you can see MIT University. I click here on the data. We are the only one which is providing the data. 92 registered content items and abstract 100%. Sorry, we have given 100% open access to the abstract as well as to the paper because we are an open access paper. And then you can see the references are also opening up. If I go to all time, it will be 5%. And then abstract 66%. And 139 is a total. So this all is a duty of an editor-in-chief. And these are the reports. And then we have I4A also. I4A is for abstracts. Here it is. Initiative for Open Abstract. We are also the member of this. So usually people are not very, very open of the part of the work that they are doing, but we are very open and clear because I am a firm believer of open access. I am the member of Creative Commons also in India. So I made my university the member of both. Here you can see MIT University Madhya Pradesh also. So this is my responsibility as the editor-in-chief that we go to the level of that recognition where almost all the publishers are, that they are open access. They're doing the things open access. So, and all these things are related to Crossref as well as to the DOI number also. Because in DOI, when you fill the information, I fill the full information. I fill the full information. If I go there, go back, I fill the full information here. And I will also fill the information of the references also. So if I go to the add text Crossref, simple text query Crossref, if I go there, I will be able to submit all the references of all the research paper which I have done mechanically. And I have to do it. So how do I do it? I go there, or I will run to a simple text query. Here it is. Using simple text query to add references. Now all the add references are with me. So I will be filling the references here. And this is example that tell us that how you do it. You copy these references from here. You put it here. List all possible DOIs because DOI is very, very important. Like that. Submit. And they will give you the information. So this information, this process takes a lot of time. After getting the full right paper from a particular author, you need to do a lot of work as editor-in-chief to understand the nitty-gritty, and this is how. Now these are being submitted to the metadata of Crossref. And Crossref will be verified and they will tell you that whether the references are being used correctly or some of them are fraud. So there is a lot of work that is involved to get the DOI number and to become the part of I4C and I4A, which the fraud journalists will never do. I hope I have cleared and given you some of the more knowledge that I have at the moment.
Yeah. Excellent, sir. Thank you.
Sir, can we take more questions or okay? So Muskan has raised her hand, sir. Muskan,
go ahead, Muskan, go ahead. Go ahead, Muskan.
Seems she is not here. So let me take some other questions, sir, in the meanwhile.
Sir. Yeah.
So there are two questions, sir. One is on YouTube. It is from Ambi Kawati. It says, sir, please give Commerce UGC journal list. And another question is about the same, that can you provide the list of UGC journal?
UGC Care is very easy. You go to UGC Care, make your own account, and it is a list. The list is there. That's it. UGC Care unipune.ac.in. Make your email ID with Gmail ID, which is free. And this is a list. You go to search. And these are the journals: 272, 318, 390, 41, and 318. You can search them through title, ISN, publisher, subject, language, or publication. That's it. If people are looking for Hindi journals, usually people ask for Hindi journals. I will type Hindi, language of publication, go to search, and you will have these Hindi, 157 Hindi publishing journals. And even the discontinued are also being given, that this has been discontinued. So it is very easy to understand and to go by the language also. But usually these are print journals. But if you are publishing with print journals, I would request to ask for the previous copy also. That is the point. But there are Hindi journals you can see. Right? So it's very easy to find them and utilize it. So UEC care. Very easy.
Right, sir.
Right.
Sir, why did you ask about previous copy?
Because we do not know what are they publishing. Sometimes fraud conferences, what they do, fraud conferences also, they say that they are going to publish your paper in a UGC Care 1 journal, and you send them the money and the paper. And after the conference, they will put you through a fraud journal. And you think that it's a conference related journal, so you must publish. But the conference say that we do not know the journal. The journal says that we are not concerned with your conference. Your paper is with us and your money is also gone. So it is very, very important to see what has happened in the past with that journal. If a Sanskrit language journal, approved language is Sanskrit, publishing the papers of Punjabi, publishing the papers in Marathi, that means there is some kind of problem with them. So that is why previous copies are important. Like if you go to an institution for an admission or a PhD, you research about that institution. That is how you have to research about that journal also. Just do not send your paper per se to a standalone publisher whom you do not know. I'm not worried about Sage. I'm not worried about Emerald, Wiley. They are best of the publishers. So you can follow them blindly. But a journal which you do not know, a publisher which you do not know, this needs to be checked again, again, and again. And once there is a problem, you can get back to us. We can search it for you more quickly. So that is my concern. That is why I asked for the print journals, the previous copies. And what are they publishing? Because the large number, in online journals, you can see the number here in Scopus. I will show you the second half of the predatory journals, which are publishing large number, which will be thrown out next month. So there is a mechanism to check that. But in print, there is no mechanism. So you need to ask for the previous copies to see what are they publishing.
Right, sir. Sir, there's a question from Aditi Sharma. She says, do we have an ideal impact factor?
No, there is no ideal impact factor. It varies from subject to subject. In social sciences, 2 is also very good. In sciences, it goes up to 300, 400. So it varies from subject to subject and from area to area. In communication, this 1.6 is very good. If I go to communication 1.6, because you can see big data and society, the highest, which had the highest in communication, they are only at 7.6. And ours is at 1.6. So gradually we are improving. So in communication category, 7.6 is also very, very good, and they are at number 1. But in sciences, you do not stand even at 7.6. It goes to 300 also. So it varies from subject to subject, journal to journal, category to category. There is no ideal impact factor, but yes, it should be more than 1 in site score, and it should be more than 1 in impact factor also.
Right, sir. So there's one more question that is from Dr. Lalit Mohan Pant. He says, how to track print journals?
So the tracking is on you. I am unable to catch and track the print journals because I do not have the copies. I cannot just check any print journal in front of you because I do not have the data. So that is why we go for the online journals, because online journals can be tracked. They can be searched through the DOI number. They can search through many other activities, but a print journal is very, very difficult to track. And that is why I never publish, and I have no paper in a print journal at the moment. And I try and avoid to publish. And I said, go for the online, because online you can produce the record also. You can add them with your ORCID ID also. You can add them with your data also. So as and when people apply for foreign jobs or foreign research projects, usually your ORCID ID is being asked, or your Scopus ID is being asked, or your researcher ID of Web of Science is being asked, so that you can also be tracked online. Those who are giving you jobs, they need to track you online also. So printing in print journals is easy, but not at all acceptable in all the terms. Usually go for good journals which are online, which provide you all the details, and your paper also stay online, digitally preserved. Because as and when you apply, you fill a form, you search the DOI, you get your paper, you find the details, you add that, and you utilize that. So it is very, very important for going more and more online, going into more and more online journals.
Right, sir. So though you have already explained about the UGC care listed journals, but again there is a query from Shruti Sharma. Please share current UGC layer list journals.
You cannot. Here, just read this. UGC has not authorized anybody to compile a UGC care list, nor authorized any company. So the point is, you have to come to the UGC care website, search it and learn it. If you are having an error or any problem, you can contact us through the details which sir will provide you. But nobody is authorized. If somebody is giving you a list, just see this message. So can you see this message? I'm zooming it for everyone.
Yes, sir. Very clearly.
He has not authorized anybody to compile a UGC care list, nor authorized any company, person, or institution to help authors publish in UGC care listed journals. So that's not our job. Our job is to catch the fraud journals. We just cannot assist anybody in any kind of publishing. We can tell you that this is a good journal, this is a bad journal, but how to publish with that journal is up to you. And there is nobody who can compile a UGC care list. And I have given you the way out that you can go to that list, go with the language, and publish with that. Right. So let's have some more examples of clone journals, because I think it's 11:05. Yes. So we have to take a break also. So clone journals, I have shown you some international clone journals, 2-3 more international clone journals, and then I will show you some Indian clone journals. So there is a journal, Novi Mir. It is a Russian journal publishing from Moscow in Russian language, but somebody has made this clone website and it is looking like it. I think you can say that it's a fraud website now, with many examples. Another example, a Belgium journal publishing in Belgium language. Somebody made the clone website here and earning a lot of money from the Indians. Just look at the website. This is again looking like a fraud website. It has all the details of a fraud website. And when you scroll it down, you will see this. As and when you see these 6 points, 110% it's a clone journal. 110%. What are these 6 points? I've highlighted it for you. There will be no submission last date. It will be throughout the year. Acceptance status would be 24 hours. They will publish your paper in 24 hours. They will accept your paper in 24 hours. Can you believe that? Me and Neeraj sir are working on the workshop from the last 3 months. Even a workshop is not possible to do in 3 months. They are publishing in 24 hours. You can see that whatever you send to them, plagiarized, fabricated, falsified, they will publish it after taking money from you. Frequency will be 12 issues. Areas covered will be multidisciplinary. And submit article will be at gmail.com. So as and when you see these 6 points on any of the journal, do not see anything else. It's a clone journal. 110% it's a clone journal. So Agum is a Belgium journal publishing from Belgium, but somebody has made this clone website. Sir, there might be a question also that if these clone journals are here, why the websites are not being closed? I'll answer that. There's a tool, who is domaintools.com. It tells us that who has made the website and from where that website is working. So I'm taking a light example of agum.com. I'll copy it. I'll put it here and I will see that from where it is working. So I click on search. Let's see. It is for everybody's interest to see and understand that website is working from where. So I click on go and let's see the details of the website. So it is easy to find out the details of the website, that who has made this website, who's running that website. So you can see the website is only 1000 days old. That means the Corona days. It was made in 2020, August 2020, and no details have been provided that who is running this website. But you can see the IP location, which is in central Singapore. So the IP address in Singapore, that is why we are enabled. I think the government of India is unable to stop the websites. Otherwise, they must have blocked the websites. At the moment, there are 92 these kind of fraud websites which are taking money and taking research papers from India. And the information is like that, nothing. But the IP location is from central Singapore. So as and when you see that the websites are not being closed because the IP address is not from India, we are unable to track it down here. We know that that's the fraud website. Awareness is the key. We are giving more and more awareness, workshops, going to TV, going to news and all. But at the end of the day, websites are still existing. You need to save yourself on your own from publishing with this fraud website. It's like, you do not have to give your OTP. RBI always says, do not give your OTP, do not give your OTP. It's like that only. Do not give your OTP to anyone. It's like that. So Agum and there are many others. Let me show you one Indian example. So there is a journal, Mukt Shabd. Why I say that print journal? Now, Mukt Shabd is a print journal. It does not have the EISN, but somebody has made this cloned website. And thousands of people are publishing with this journal. They know that this is a fraud journal, but they know that the university is not going to check it. The NAC is not concerned, and the NIRF will not be able to check and track. They will get the ranking, so they will publish. So there is a university in Bangalore. It has published 22 research papers in this fraud journal, and there is one author only which has published all the 22 research papers. And after that, that university cracked the NIRF ranking also, because the third party which is checking the data is unable to check whether it's an original journal or a fraud journal, because the third party is not that literate, I suppose, to understand the nitty-gritty of checking in the NRIF ranking. I have the data of that institution also with me, where that institution has published around 50 papers in this fraud journal and got into the rankings also because of the error there. So how it's a fraud journal? Again, the same exercise. You go to contact. They won't provide you anything. You can see only the email ID. You go to the current issue. People from all over India are publishing in different languages, different areas with them. You can see the name of the institutions as well as the name of the, you can see the name of the universities. Even the languages also, you can see the people are publishing from different languages also. Anything, they're publishing anything and everything because there's no checks and balances. And you can imagine how much money they are taking. They published around 70 papers. 70 is unchecked paper in 24 hours from all the universities from India. They might be getting some kind of benefits. That is why people are publishing, because if there are some kind of checks and balances, they must not have published. The institutions like KIT from Bhubaneswar, the people are publishing here. So if you think that the higher level institutions are being saved, no, it's not like that. Almost everybody. This is only 1 month I'm saying, but it is running from the last 3 years. Now, where is the original journal? We will go to the UGC care. And here this time we will type title and we will type Mukt. And we'll go to search. Here it is. You can see print only. This is a print only journal. Right? And it does not have the EISN, the point which I've raised. It does not have the EISN. It cannot have the website. But people don't know about it. They have made the website. People are publishing. You click on view. More information will come out again. You will see that this is a Marathi language journal. That is why I asked for the previous copies. It is a Marathi language journal. It cannot publish in other languages. But that is a fraud journal. You click on current table of content. It will take you to the front page of the original journal, which looks like this. This is the front page of the original journal. And what we saw was this, the fraud one, and people are publishing with them. Even in the editorial board also, you will see the fraud names. So Indian journals are also being made fraud, which are print. A journal is fraud because they are in databases. Usi database mein jaane ki wajah se they earn money. If a journal is not in database, it will not be of any benefit to them. So fraud journals usually go to the databases, check the weak journals, and make the websites of those weak journals. Now, so anybody, any question on clone journals? Now I will provide you a list also of 92 journals, but before that, if you have any question on clone journals.
Sir, I have another doubt.
Yeah, go ahead with the doubt.
Sir, you have been accessing towards the source page of a journal. Can an author look into the source page of a journal?
Yes. Author can also reach to a source page of a journal. Yes. Through Scopus also and through the original website also.
Okay.
Right. Anybody else? Any question related to the clone journal? Then I will show you the next level of problem which we are facing because of the clone journals also. Right. Anybody, any question on clone journals? Or if you go to UGC, you go to home, and there is an alert also, list of clone journals, group 2 and group 1. When you click on group 2, you will see the list of international journals which have been cloned. On the right hand side are the cloned ones, on the left hand side are the original one. So there are 51 international cloned journals which are working at the moment in India with cloned website. Why I haven't shown you in the beginning? Because I really want you to catch them on your own. Now you know how to catch a journal, and you will go to this list to verify. And some journals will not be in the list because every day they made some new journals, but you will be able to catch them on your own. Right? So this is 51, which is group 1.
Sir?
Let me take you to group 1. Just a second, man. Group 1. These are the Indian languages journals like Punjabi, Hindi, Marathi, Bengali, print journals, which are in Kannada, Assamese. So there are 42. So 51 and 42, 93 clone journals are there in the market. And I have told you why the websites are not closed, because the IP address are not from India. So that is the problem. Now go ahead with your question, ma'am.
What if we refer articles from these clone journals in our?
Then there is a next level problem. So like everybody goes to Google Scholar. This is a very relevant question that you asked. So Google Scholar. This is how we check Google Scholar, scholar.google.in. And now I have shown you many clone journals. So now I'll type the name of a clone journal, aught. And Google Scholar will give us the papers of aught. And we by mistake will add them into our own research. That means we are authenticating a fraud research. So our own research is also bad research. So there will be a story. On India by some American or some European that almost all the research scholars in India have given authentication to clone journals because by mistake you, me, and everybody has used these references. So I'll give you the live example. Now this journal, this paper, Sum of Powers of Natural Numbers, is published in a clone journal, and it is being cited by 10 people. But once you go down and see, this full paper has only 5 citations. I imagine that I am fit to understand that the paper, which has only 5 citations, has been cited by 10 people. So I'll go back to that. So a paper which has only 5 citations has been cited by 10 people. So I check now who are these 10 people. So these are the 10 people. So this journal has infiltrated into the Springer databases, right? Has also infiltrated into the other databases through ResearchGate and all. And even this Turkish journal is a fraud journal, so we are not worried about Turkish journal, but they have infiltrated into Springer databases. A journal which is falsified, which journal is falsified, which paper is falsified, which research is falsified, has this error. So this is a very relevant question. You need to be very careful in citing your research from this time onwards. Otherwise, you will be validating a fraud research. Right. So anybody, any question or any concern related to this?
Sir, is reference only option to check out?
No, reference is the only option. You need to check the source also. Like we go to Google Scholar, on the right hand side is the source given. Just see from where this paper is originating. Because if a journal is saying that it is a Google Scholar index, Google Scholar is nothing. Whatever is online is Google Scholar index. So it has no algorithm and no mechanism. Because I can show you that they are having fraud journals in them because they are not checking anything. They're just adding whatever there is on the databases through the websites. So that is, these websites are infiltrating into our own literature also, like Agum also. Agum is a fraud journal. And they will show you the paper of fraud journal also. So if Agum is not there, there are others. So maybe my spellings are wrong. So if I type aught and if I type Adalya, there it is, Adalya. You can see the papers of Adalya. So this is very important to understand that references needs to be managed. And the clone journals as well as the predatory journals are doing a lot of bad with our own good research.
Sir, I have a question.
Go ahead, ma'am.
So, sir, in this case, but there are some papers of good journals which have multiple sources at Google Scholar. Like they are, so the source is sciencedirect.com, but they are available at multiple sites also. So, which are freely available, we can download the paper. So, won't you think there would be a confusion with this while identifying from the sources?
The confusion is because of standalone publishers. Be very careful from the standalone publishers, not from Science Direct or from elsewhere or from Clarivate or from other publishers. The standalone publishers are the problem, which you do not know, because the original language is an Italian language. Aught is an Italian journal publishing in Italian language from an Italy publisher. And you do not have access to that level, so that is why there is a clone journal of that. It is very difficult to clone an English journal because the website will be visible to all and many people will be approaching to that website. But if a journal which is from a different language, like in Kannada, Bengali, Punjabi, Assami, and their French, German, Russian, Dutch language, These are the journals which they try to clone it, because it will not be easily visible to you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So that is the point.
Sumit sir,
Yes, sir.
there are 1-2 questions not directly related to the clone journal, the topic which we are discussing. Shall we take now or later?
Oh, we can take it, because when are we going to take the break? At 11:30?
Okay, it's 11:30, sir. We still have 14 minutes to break.
Yes, yes. Go ahead with the question.
Okay, so one question is by Shiba. She says, how can we evaluate the quality of a journal?
There are many parameters to evaluate the quality. The first parameter is that it should have a genuine website, and all the details that they provide are genuine. So I give you an example of an Emerald journal. Even the Sage journal are also very good. So International Journal of Asia Pacific Journal of Business Administration. I have recently published. It's a ABDC C category. It's in Scopus also. It is in Web of Science also. It is everywhere. So if you look at the website of this journal, it will have all the original information required to publish with them. So if you go to early site, I think early site has our paper at the moment. Here it is. You can see this paper. 54 downloads have been provided to this paper. So this is a kind of 36 pages paper and all with full information. Now, if I go to the website of this journal, I click on all issues, full information will be provided to me. And here it is, the editorial team. Let's check the editorial team. The first thing that I check in a journal, that whether they have a genuine editorial team, yes or no. I will not go for lobbying, but I will need to know that who are the people. You can see that this is Dr. Saeed Palwan Sharif is in Taylor University, and Dr. David Lemond. All the information is provided to us, right? And then you go to indexing and ranking of the journal. You can see it is in Cables also, ABDC also, Clarivate also, and Scopus also. Now, even if journal is in Clarivate, it does not have the impact factor. So this journal is not giving us misinformation. They are in Scopus, so they are giving you site score only, which is important, but it does not have the impact factor, because ESCI journals will not have impact factor. Again, they are not writing UGC care also, sir, because they are not in UGC care group 2 because of ESCI. Because of Scopus, they are in UGC care group 2, and they are not writing it because they are not worried about UGC care group 2. And international journal has nothing to do with UGC care group 2 or 1, because they are internationally recognized journal by Clarivate, by Scopus, and by Cables, by ABDC. Why are they worried about UGC care? So that's there. That's not written. We have to understand that it is there in the databases. Then you can see the author guideline. Everything is online. Full information is provided to you. Full information is provided to you. So this is the first point of a journal. Then you see the website is a locked website, an original website. No data is being taken from you by using this website. And then they also provide you the information about APC or not the APC, when to pay, whom to pay, why to pay. This is the first example. Like if you go to a Sage journal, Big Data and Society, which I usually follow, it's a good journal by them. It will also have the full information. So first and foremost thing is to have full information on the website. So this journal has an impact factor also, and this journal is in Scopus also. So it will give you the site score also, as well as the impact factor also. So if we go to the databases, here it is, journal indexing and matrices. It will provide you the rightest information to them. Here it is, Google Scholar also, Scopus also. Google Scholar, I'm not worried because I'm not a very big fan of Google Scholar, but you can see the site score also and the impact factor also. So everything is there. And why they have the impact factor? Because they are in SSCI, Social Science Citation Index. Had they been ESCI, there would have been no impact factor with them. So this is a very, very important point to fully understand the information. Next, they should give you the working DOI of all the research paper that they are submitting or that they are taking. So DOI is very important. And then they also ask for the ORCID ID nowadays. So ORCID ID is a kind of PAN card of a researcher. Everybody using that ORCID ID for free. So that ORCID ID has to be added to your paper so that the paper can also be automatically added to your own databases. Plus all the things that they do must be have clear clarity in giving the mails to you. Even if it is APC involved, there should be clarity. Even if you are not going to pay the APC, there should be a clarity. So these are kind of the point, and they should not publish out of the purview large number of research papers. How can we check that? We can go to Scopus databases, put the name here, and we can see how many papers they have published. 74 is good. 105, 86. These are good numbers. You can publish this number of papers, but you cannot publish thousands of papers. So even if a publisher is publishing thousands of papers, it must be under scrutiny. It is very, very difficult to publish thousands of research papers, which I will show you in the second half of the discussion, the live examples of these fraud journals. So these are some of the basic points.
Right, sir. So there's a question from Sudha Vayapuri. It says, how long they will take in Scopus and Web of Science to accept or reject a paper?
Scopus and Web of Science never accept or reject. It is the prerogative of the journal. So fraud journals, you say that ki UGC ne rok diya, Scopus ne rok diya. It's not like that. Fraud journals say that. Original journals, it's the responsibility of the original journal. Now we have asked for that. Let me show you an example of a journal like this journal of Asia Pacific Journal of Business Administration. We have published with them, and let's see. I'll go to the submission. I'll go to the submit column. Yeah, submit your paper. I have an author ID. Continue to submission site. So this is their duty, not the duty of Scopus or Clarivate. So I'll go to author. The paper is published and accepted, everything. So just look at the situation. Sir, we started on 19th April. The paper got rejected. We submitted again on 21st April, sir, 2021. Can you see the date, sir?
Yes, sir.
21st April 2021 we submitted, and when that it decision on, so it took us around 15 months.
Right.
So 15 months it took us. So journals will take their own sweet time, but now it is one of a very good paper of us, and we are proud of that paper after 1 year. So it varies from journal to journal and from publisher to publisher. Usually Scopus publish your paper into their databases after 1 month. Like when I will upload my papers to the journal, I will email them that I have uploaded the journal of, I have uploaded my journal. You can take the papers from here. So the team will use some of the software and they will take all the papers. So usually it takes around 1 month after getting a paper live into the Scopus databases. But journal will take its own time. If a journal is saying that ki Scopus nahi kar raha or Web of Science nahi kar raha, if a journal is saying that the journal Scopus or Web of Science is not doing it, that means they are not giving you the right information. They usually do it in 1 year, 1 month. The Scopus as well as the Web of Science people.
Right, sir.
Sir.
Sir, two, three questions are there on YouTube.
Oh, go ahead, sir.
One question by Riti Gupta. What are the remedies available for an author after publishing in a clone journal, if any?
So remedy is that write to them a strict mail that you are doing fraud. You need to withdraw your paper. They will not give you the money. It's like Jamtara. They will not provide you any money back. It's like a Jamtara case, a cyber phishing case. But they will be able to delete your papers. And once your paper is deleted, just check it that there are not digital footprints of that paper. If there are no digital footprints of that paper, you can republish it somewhere else. So digital footprints means that it should be deleted from Google Scholar also, because Google Scholar is also automatically taking all the papers. So first remove it from the journal, then remove it to the Google Scholar, then submit it somewhere else if you think that the paper is good. If it is a wrong paper, let it be there and do not take credit of that paper ever. Otherwise the memories can come and haunt back to you. So you know that the journal is a fraud. Now do not take the credit of that fraud paper anymore. So the remedies are like that only.
Right, sir. So one question is from J. Venkat Subramaniam. Kindly show some SCI and Scopus Index journals.
I have shown a lot SCI and Scopus Index journal. You look at this journal only, the SAGE journal. It is SSCI. So the first point we have to understand is there is nothing like SCI. So the important word is SCIE. Let me take you to that journal information. It is very, very important for everybody to understand that Web of Science, what does they do and what are the forms and names that they have. So here it is. It is SCIE. Whosoever is using the word SCI is doing it wrongly. There is no word like SCI in the word. It is SCIE or SSCI or AHCI or ESCI or BKCI or CPCI. These are the 6 terms. Everybody is using SCI, SCI, SCI. They does not stand anywhere. The term SCI is nowhere standing. It is SCIE, Science Citation Index Expanded, which has been largely misused as SCI, SCI, SCI. It's not SCI. So if you want to see the SCIE journals, go to the Web of Science resources, go there and you can see. If you want to see the Scopus Index journal, go to Scopus databases and put on your subject and you can see the area wise. Like if I'll just do the subject wise also. So I go to the subject area and I think there are many management people also. I can see the MBA people. So I will type management and I will write this filter apply. And now I can see the journals related to the management, which are 2009-7. I can do it Q1 or Q2, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Q1 is the topmost journal. I can filter it Q1 to Q2, apply. And there are 974 journals which are in Q1 and Q2. And you can see the highest score is 28 only, the site score, right? So in management, this is the highest. But in sciences and in medical, it is very much high. Right? So these are some of the journals you can search on your own. Sir.
Right, sir. Sir, there's a last question from Sonam Bhutia. She says, if there are any free SCI, ESCI, Scopus Index journal for
I will show that in the second half. It is in my mind.
Right,
journals, I will show them properly free journals and properly recognized free journals through a methodology. It is there. The data is there with me.
Right, sir. So
let's take a break of 5 minutes or 10 minutes and please do not leave the forum, I suppose.
Yeah. So there's a request, please do not log out, because if you log out, only 100 people can get in. If somebody else get in, then you won't get a chance to get back in the session. So we'll take a 10 minutes break, sir.
Yes, sir.
So
I am also online, so I'll catch back after 10 minutes.
Sure, sir. Definitely. Thank you.
Yes, sir, I'm free. I'm ready.
Yes, sir. So you can share your screen, sir.
Just a second.
It's visible, sir.
Right. So, anybody, any question related to clone journals? Then we will shift to open access and predatory journals. Any journal you would like to verify? You can give me the name. I'll just do the live exercise in front of you for everybody's benefit. And this is an example that usually a journal would take around 1 year also, and a journal will also take around 3 months also. So that example is also there with you now.
Sir,
Hello, sir.
Go ahead,
Go
ma'am.
ahead, Sumit.
Yeah, sir, I want to name one journal that is JE.
Jetier to nahi hai, JETIR.
Yes, sir.
So Jetier kept on changing the names, and you can see they're publishing one day, and 110% it's a predatory journal. And my recommendation never to publish with this kind of journal. And now how they give you the disinformation is like that. They say that they are having an impact factor of 7.5 calculated by Google. So I don't know from where they have got it and how Google has given them this. Google cannot give you the impact factor at all. And they say that a UGC approved journal, when you click here, they will give you last 2018 thing. But UGC care is there after 2018. So in 2018, it was in the UGC care list. UGC list, okay, not UGC approved journal list, only UGC approved journal list, not in UGC care. Now UGC care has come. But they will not tell you that they are not in UGC care. So this journal has no validity, right? It is a peer-reviewed or simple referred journal.
but it is not in any of the databases. So you need to be very, very careful about them. Do not publish with them as of my example, my research.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Right. Yes, sir.
Sir, there's a question on YouTube. It's by
sir.
Karthik. He
Yes.
says, our paper published in Scopus, but it is not indexed, sir. What is the remedial solution?
Give me the name of the journal. If Karthik, can you write the name of the journal there in the link? It will be easier for me to give you the example. Otherwise, sir, it varies on the journal also. Sometimes a journal is red flagged, and the journal is being told that you're red flagged, but the journal does not tell this to the people. They keep on taking the paper from the people, and the papers are not added into the database of Scopus. Those papers stays there on the website of the journal only. Scopus will not take them. So this is the disinformation or misinformation campaign being run by the journal to earn a lot of money. So if we can have the name of the journal, I can just do that in black and white here.
Okay. So, sir, there's a question by Sudha Nair, and Ayushi has also raised her hand.
Go ahead, Sudha ma'am.
Sudha Nair ma'am says, in case you have published a research paper in UGC care list, and later on it is removed from that UGC list journal, will the paper be accepted in our publication or not?
Yes, it will be accepted, because you can see in UGC details, they say that the journal validity, yes or no. So if I go to UGC care, recently discontinued journal, which was this July 2022. So these papers were valid till June 2022. So if you are published with Asia Pacific Journal of Health Sciences, it is discontinued in July 2022. So before that, it was recognized, and it will be counted. So now this leads to backdated publishing also. So it is very, very important to have your details and data checked, because I'll tell you, in our university, every month we make a research sheet that how many people have published in how many journals. So that list is sacrosanct. So if a paper is published in 2021, will be added in the 2021 on that month only. You can never edit the paper in 2022 or 2021. Because backdate publishing is also an important, you can say, a problem. Like now this journal, International Journal of Inner Science, if somebody wants to go for a backdate paper, if he publishes that, he will say that my paper got published in May 2022 and you please recognize it. But we will check our May 22 results, that whether it was there on that day, yes or no. If it was not there, we will not add these paper in backdate in our databases. So this is very, very important to understand that your paper is counted till the day it's not discontinued. But a lot of problem is also happening because of that.
Okay, sir. Sir, Karthik has given the name of the journal. It's NAT. I don't know whether it's national or something. Volatiles and Ascent Oils.
This is a volatile.
NAT volatiles and Ascent ESSENT oils. OILS.
Ascent oil. I've heard about this journal.
Okay.
Here it is. NVO. So this is a journal, Natural Volatiles and Essential Oils, NVO. So they say that they are in Scopus. And this is the SGR and all. Let's check it. I think there are some doubts. I'll copy this name. And let's go to the Scopus databases. NVO. We'll copy this name from Natural Volatiles and Essentials Oil. Copy. Let's go to Scopus. We'll go by the title now. Type the name here. Find sources. Okay, this journal is not there in the databases. We'll refresh and we'll search again. It's not there in the database. Let's go back to the website. So website says here, let's go through this link. H-index 4, homepage. Homepage is there. Schemago says that it is in the databases. So I have to type it natural volatiles and essential oils. Natural volatiles and essential oils, I suppose. No, so this journal is not showing in the databases. So that is a problem that Karthika, your paper is not visible.
It is publishing from Turkey. You can see discontinued in Scopus. Here it is. I couldn't check it here. Here it is. This journal has been discontinued, right? And it must be there in the discontinued list also. So how do you reach to the discontinued list? Go to your Scopus page and go back, and then you see, click on content coverage here. When you click on content coverage, you will see a list which is for free. Download it for free. Here it is. Download the source title list, including the Scopus discontinued list. It is free. It is updated every month. I have downloaded it for you, September 2021. So in that list, I will show you. Here it is, September 2022 list. It will come over here in the Excel form. The name of the journal will be here. Let's open it. Let's wait for it to get open. It's a heavy list. And here it is. So you can see discontinued titles, September 2022. In the search part, we will write natural. Or we can go alphabetically to N also. Here it is. Natural, volatiles, and essential salts have been discontinued in 2021. Now, Karthikeya, when did you publish your paper? I think this will never enter the database, your paper, if you have published them in 2022. So if you go to the website, now the fraud comes is that when you go to the website never tells you. This website will never tell you that they have got out of the indexing. This is the first example of a predatory journal, where you look like the journal is original, the website is very, very good made, the color combination is also good. Lot of disinformation is also being given here, but at the first prima facie, you think that it's an original website because UGC logo is not used, screenshots are not used, wrong impact factor is also not used. It was a Scopus index journal. It has been thrown out, but they never tell you that. And they misuse the logo of elsewhere to take money. So everybody please see carefully the example of a predatory journal. I will show you more examples also where they haven't told you that this journal is not in the databases as of now. So Karthikeya, your paper will not enter the databases. It will be staying here in the website only, and you can see the fraud sent information by them. They say that they are in elsewhere Scopus, although they were discontinued in 2021. It's been 10 months.
Hello, sir.
Right,
Yes.
sir.
Thank you for my question, sir. What happening, sir? While I have going to publish, it was there. So later they will remove. So how we will identify which one to be exist in the longer period? Can you tell the tip, sir?
The longer period is like when you publish, it was there and then it was thrown out. So the issue is now, where is your paper? If your paper had entered the databases, I can search it with the name. Like I've shown you, I've searched it with my name. So if your paper is in front of your name in the databases, the things are fine with you. If it is not in front of your name, you cannot have the credit of that paper. Like search, if I go to search, if I type your name here, like what is your last name, sir?
Yes, Karthik.
S. Karthik. K-A-R-T-I-K. T-H-I-K. And can you have the information of your institution also?
Kalasalingam Academy of Research and Education.
Chalo, we will write it later. Let me go by the name. So here it is. So if you can see, there are 6 people like that. So your name is not there in the database. So that means the paper has not entered the database. So even if you have published with them and they were in the databases, they could not submit your paper on time. And that is why now Scopus will never add your paper into the database. It will stay there on the website only. So if I search on the website your paper, let's see. So is it out of this, any paper of you? If I search by your name, there are 4 papers of S. Karthik. So any paper from you?
Karthik, you can unmute and reply, please.
Sir, I share the institution name, sir. in the what?
Okay.
In the chat box. It is not there, sir.
So this paper, out of these four, your paper is not here.
Yes.
So I have to type something else to reach to your paper in the website only.
I share my institution, sir, in chat box.
Okay. I'll go to the chat box and see. Okay, here it is. I'm copying it from here. I'm going to Scopus again. And now I will add the institutional affiliation here. So I think your institution has no Scopus ID, because sometimes the institution who never publish in Scopus, they don't have the institutional ID also made. So like, how do I check the IDs? Like if I go to affiliations, I will type the name here and let's see, it is there and it should add into the database. So you have the institution ID, your university or your institution, 4,000 papers are there. So in that papers, I can search through your name also that your paper has been added, yes or no. So I can go there. And here I can search through author ID also. If I go to view all, there it is. So now your name is Karthik S. So I can search it like that from here also. So do you remember that how many papers are there on your name in Scopus? They have shown up to 16 paper. Who has published up to 16 paper in your institution? His
4,
name is
sir.
there.
Only 4.
Okay, only 4. So your name is not there in the list at the moment. I have to go for deep search. But you can see the data that your institution has published 175 papers in materials today. Then these are all conference proceedings. Some are the journals, some are the details. So it is very, very easy and possible for all the institutions to search for each other. Right? So we'll do a deep research on that in the later stage. So I have shown you an example of a predatory journal being given by them. So this is a predatory journal which will never give you the information that they are now not in the Scopus databases. And by this virtue, the final paper will not be added into the databases. Now the issue of clone journals is being closed. Let's go for some of the real-time predatory journals. So
sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Yes.
So while I have checking, okay, before publishing, it was in the Scopus, that name is there.
Right.
After publishing, a few months few months later, it was not there. So
it was not.
How we can find out?
To find out is that, let's go to the Excel sheet again. In the Excel sheet, let's see. This is the journal which is being out. So they will give us the last date. So last date was 2021 8th. So after 2021 8th edition, no paper will be added up till the pages 33, 13, 33, 33, 24. Up to these pages, the data will be added and then there will be no addition. So you can see in the Excel sheet here, it's written. Page range will be there. The content that will be in the final coverage of these titles may not be available in Scopus. In those cases, the missing content may be added to Scopus in due course. But the last process in Scopus was up to 33, 32. So you need to see what is your page number of that paper. Getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So you need to see the page number. As per this data, the page number is 33 to 13. Only these 9 pages will be added. Up to these 9 pages.
Thank you so much, sir.
Right. Okay. Anybody else?
Sumit sir?
Anji.
There is a 3 requests for checking the authenticity of the journal. One is by Manisha Singh. She says, please check the Journal of Financial Therapy.
Journal of
Financial Therapy.
Financial Therapy. newpairpress.org, Kansas University. So let's see whether it is indexed anywhere or not. And from that indexing, we'll see the journal is looking fine at the moment. right? But we need to see whether it is indexed or not. So they say that the journal is indexed in Scopus and can be found in Google Scholar and DOAJ. So Journal of Financial Therapy, I'm copying it from here and I'll go to Scopus. Journal of Financial Therapy. It is there. It is an open access journal. The score is 0.8. Look at the area. This area is very, very important, that it is in social sciences, econometrics, and psychology. And it has published around very less document. I think the review work is doing really well with them. And if you go to the source homepage, it will take us to the same page from where we have reached here. So this is the same page. It is a better journal, good journal. Please publish with this journal. No problems at all at the moment. Right. Which is the next one, sir?
Thank you, sir. The next journal is it's IG. You can copy it from chat, sir.
Okay, I'll just do it, sir.
It's by Ayushi Agrawal. IGARCMSS.
IGACR. The word international is also dubious. As in when you see a standalone international journal, be very, very careful. So this IGARCMSS, let's check it. Where does it take us? So be very, very careful from the word international. So this is the website. Inspira Research Association. This might be an association, but I don't think so. This journal is indexed anywhere. So my doubts are right. So at the moment, this journal is not indexed anywhere. We can see this journal. It is only a quarterly peer-reviewed referred journal. And indexing status is like Cosmos is also dubious. Indexing agency, do not go for Cosmos. DRGI is also dubious. ISI is also dubious. And GIF is also dubious. So I'm also writing these names in my database. These are some of the dubious indexing agencies which you never use, as in when you see the impact factor of these agencies on any of the journal. So I think this is a dubious journal at the moment, only a peer-reviewed and referred journal. It will not give you any benefits while publishing with them, if you're looking for an international kind of recognition. Right. Next journal, sir.
Next is a question from Jyoti Kaushik. She says, if we publish by mistake in such journals, like many people have done it, they have did one, will the credibility of the author get affected?
Definitely, the credibility will be affected, because I have told many people, those who put their papers on LinkedIn, that this is a fraud journal. Please remove it from your profile, because you are giving a substance or oxygen to a fraud journal. So by mistake, if you have published, do not tell it to anyone. Try to get it removed, because this is not the right thing that you have done while publishing with a fraud journal. So most of the times, we have done a research on most of the papers which are published in fraud journals. They are plagiarized and fabricated also. So usually it is expected that if you publish with a wrong journal, you might have done a wrong research also. You might have not done any kind of checking, and you might have plagiarized data with you also. So it is very, very important for you to understand, to get it removed, remove these papers ASAP from your databases and from your profile. If it is there by mistake, do not publicize it that you have published in a wrong journal or you have published in a cloned journal, because this is not a good thing that you have done. Right? So it is very, very important for you to understand that that if you want to grow high in academics, you can say after in a lighter vein that you publish in a wrong journal. Like I sometimes say that because I have to catch them, so I send them some fraud papers and they publish it, and then I catch them. So because I'm doing the work and I'm being known as a whistleblower now, so my identity is being known to everyone. So I can do it, and I'm doing it also while catching some of the fraud journals. But for faculties, the younger faculties and research scholars, do not publish. And if it is published, try to get it removed ASAP from your databases and in front of your name.
Right, sir. Sir, there is one more request from Ripu Daman Kaur. Can you please check the authenticity of the journal, International Journal of Work Organization and Emotion? It's International Journal of Work Organization and Emotion.
Here it is. It is an Inner Science journal. Inner Science is a good publisher. They are very lackluster in publishing and they're very slow. But some of their journals are not into the category of predatory. So let me check this journal. So their site score is 1.0. So let's see whether they are in Scopus or not. They say that their site score is 1.0. I think they will be, because they will not misuse the platform of Scopus. So let's see. Here it is, 1.0. And the scores are there. It is a Scopus index journal. In 2005, it got indexed. The numbers are also very good journal to go. Site score is less because the publicity is not very good and they are publishing little late, or people do not want to cite them. So site score is not very high, but the journal is looking healthy at the moment and you can publish with them. And I don't have any doubt that it will be removed soon, because the publication process is good. They're publishing less and good papers. Site score sometimes got less also because people do not get the citations because of the publicity. Publicity is also very important. Once you publish your paper, you can see in 67 documents, only 52 citations are there. So only 52 people have cited their research. It is going down because there is not much of the publicity about this journal. And these are some of the citations. So if we want to explore, like an editor-in-chief, what I do, if I get a good paper from like Neeraj Kaushik sir published with me, I will try to maximize that publication. I will send it to everyone for maximum citations. So even Neeraj sir also be trying hard to get the citations. As editor-in-chief, that is my responsibility to get more and more citations to my journal also. And for that, I will send that paper freely to everyone to read it and to cite as many times as they can. But most of the publishers don't do it at the moment. Inder Science is very weak in that. And that is why it has many journals, but some are losing the site score and some are not getting the publicity that they must get. So at the moment, this journal is going weak, but it is good to publish. If Inder Science people are listening to me, they might do something to revive this journal.
Thank you, sir. Sir, we have a couple of more requests, but would you like to take your session first? We can take this.
Yes, let's go for the session. Let's understand what is a predatory journal, how to catch it, and then we will go for the reflection in catching the names. And then we will also discuss the open access. So let me show you some of the examples. We have 45 more minutes, and then we can have question answer in between also. So the first example of a predatory journal, which is in ABDC category, because ABDC people say that is gospel truth. It's not like that. So there is a journal of contemporary issues in business and government. They say that it is in Web of Science, but it has been removed from Web of Science. So it is not in Web of Science. That is a disinformation. And if you go to the ABDC databases, ABDC is also trying to change the databases. The lacunas with them is that they index one journal and they do not have the nitty-gritty of that journal, that what is that publishing. So they started something like that, the quality review. The list will be out in December. I have also given them a list of many predatory journals into their databases. And the new re-rating list will have some of the changes being provided by us also. So you can see exclusion of likely predatory or overtly aggressive journals. So they asked for it and we have given them the list of those journals. So first is this Journal of Contemporary Issues in Business and Government. Let's copy this name and see where does it stand in ABDC. Type it here. You can see it's a category C journal. Now how it is predatory, I'll let you know. So we'll go to the website again. When you go to the website is original. It is not cloned. There is nothing, there is no similar website to that. So this is the original website, one and only website. But why it is cloned? You go to contact, why it is predatory? You go to contact us. They will not provide you the information. Even the predatory journal website will not provide you any information that who these people are. Original journals will provide you the information of everyone. Then you go to journal info, you go to the editorial board. You will see the names like that. Muhammad Hussain, Dr. A.P. Singh from India, we do not know. And the email ID is also like that. Then somebody from Portugal, somebody from Thailand, somebody from Ukraine, Morocco and all. They are the countries which they are trapping. These are the countries which they are trapping for the predatory journals. And similar to that, there is one more journal, which is in red color. European Journal of Molecular and Clinical Medicine. This was a Scopus index journal. Now it is not in Scopus. But if you look at the website, it's again a similar kind of website. You go to contact us. No details will be provided to you. This is also original website. Nothing is cloned, but website has no information that who is running this journal. You go to journal info, you will be see the same names which we see on this journal are there also. So European journals will also have Dr. A.P. Singh, Dr. Muhammad MD Hussain with some info at the gmail ID. somebody from Sudan, Bangladesh, Philadelphia, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, and Italy, and then Portugal and Thailand. All these names are there in this journal also, which is of ABDC C category. I'll again open the website. This journal.
पीछे जो दो डॉट्स हैं उसमें कुछ लगा हुआ था
सेंसर है
सेंसर लगे हुए दोनों
कुछ और होगा कुछ है
वो क्या है इसमें
मेरे सर म्यूट करना
रिमूव ही कर दिया सर
हाँ रिमूव ही हो जाएगा so you can see that European Journal of Molecular and Clinical Medicine and the parallel is issues in government and business. So now I click on home and I will go to the Scopus databases to check the status of this journal. I'll go to sources and I will type the name here. European Journal of Molecular and Clinical Medicine. Typing something, मैं कुछ और टाइप करता हूँ कुछ और आ जाता है molecular because Scopus has the digital footprints. I think they've removed the digital footprints of these fraud journals. Otherwise, there is a very, very unique cases. European Journal of. So they have removed that journal from the database. There is another one, Journal of Critical Reviews. Let's see whether it is there or not. So I think they have removed that also. So now what they have done is those journals which are removed, they will not have the digital footprints here because it was like Media Watch. So Media Watch has also been removed. Or I have to log in or log out again. I will once again log in and log out. Because to understand the predatory journal, we need to have the full access. I'm again entering with, or my university might have lesser data. So I'll go to sources. I'll type the name of European. So I think they have removed it. Media Watch. It's removed. So now what is happening that if you see this journal, European Journal of Molecular and Clinical Medicine, the subject area was biotechnology and other related issues. But once you type Apples or Bombay Stock Exchange, let's randomly type Bombay Stock Exchange in a journal which is of clinical medicine, you will see some of the related papers. I would request the MBA people or the management people just to see that whether these 4 papers relate to this journal, yes or no, which is a molecular and clinical medicine journal. Just look at these 4 titles. Take 1 minute. Anybody? Can you see that these titles are not at all related with the journal?
Yes, sir.
So this is the first point, sir, in predatory journal. After getting a lot of information, if they're publishing large number of papers out of purview research paper, that means they're going predatory. And the same happened with this ABDCC category journal. If you randomly type apples here, you will see the papers related to apples. Just see this paper. 4 papers have been published on apple. Fruit juices as a source of infection. Quality indicators and commodity of apple varieties. Forms of constructing. The same paper is published twice on different page numbers, 2560, 2162. This is with the similar headline. This is with a different kind of text. All caps, and this is not in all caps. So these kind of predatory journals are there, which publish out of the research, and they never tell you that they have been thrown out from the databases. Another one is Journal of Critical Reviews. This is also a Scopus Index journal. Now it has been thrown out. And if you go to the website, you will see they say that they can publish all the papers of pharmacy, management, and many things. But at the end, it is a biotechnology journal. It cannot have the purview to publish these papers, but people publish thousands of research papers with them. And how to catch them? You go to contact. They will not provide you the information that who these people are. Just simple information of an international journal that it's running with a Gmail ID from Kuala Lumpur and all. And when you go to the editorial board, the names are given from all the countries where they have the, you can say, contacts or paper brokers. Malaysia, India, Indonesia, Poland, Singapore, Sri Lanka, Nigeria, South Africa. Even the spelling of Pakistan is wrong. And now it has a unique example. You go to archive, they will provide the DOI. If you go to this journal's 9th edition, although they're publishing the literature paper, English literature paper, they will also provide you the DOI. And when you copy this DOI and put it in at doi.org, this will never work. So I'm copying it from here. And I have to verify whether this is a machine readable DOI, yes or no. I'll put it here, submit, and it's an error. So mostly predatory journals will have the error of DOI also. So there are 7 points. They will never give you the right information. On contact details, there will be nothing. Editorial board will be a fake one. The DOI will be a fake one. The website is original, but has many errors in that. And they publish large number of papers which are out of purview. Right? So let me check another journal. International Journal of Health Sciences. I think they've also removed it. So this journal was also removed. It published 1200 research papers. It published 1200 research papers in a year. And now it is removed. Now, anybody, any question? Let's have some more questions and hold this question.
So may I ask one question?
Go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead.
So there is one journal, International Journal of Home Science. It was earlier in UGC Care. It was earlier in before 2019. There was no concept of UGC Care. So earlier it was paid, but then in 2019 it was removed from UGC Care list. The new list which arrived. So now I can see the site. It is showing, it is not in Scopus, not in UGC, but I could see like there is genuineness, like only 10 papers.
No, the journal can be genuine. The point is, at the moment, it is not indexed. I think you can see the website also. It's not that every journal which is not indexed is a bad journal. The point is that they provide you with misinformation and disinformation. That's why we target them as a bad journal. If this journal is giving you the right information, it doesn't mean that it's a bad journal. So at the moment, this journal is giving you the right information. But the point is, getting indexed into all these categories is nothing. Index correctness is dubious. Academics, all these are dubious things, except ProQuest. So once they're using this, that means they are having a very lesser knowledge of the academics. They're running the journal just to earn the money. Because it is very, very important to understand the ethics of research. This journal is published by Tirupati Journal Solutions. So I don't think so they have any kind of information about running a journal.
Yes, because DOI is also correct. I just checked for the last issue and it is showing.
If you clicked here, it will be corrected. But we need to go to the DOI number through doi.org. So I will copy it from here. Yes, I'll copy it from here. This is the DOI number of the journal. So this might be a good journal, but at the moment it is not indexed anywhere and it will not index because of this. If they apply for UGC Care will come to the website. As and when they see these logos, they will just reject this journal. If you apply to Scopus, right? So Scopus will also come to the website and you will see that website is not good. They will just reject it. So to run a journal is not an easy thing. A lot of science is involved in it. And these kind of email IDs, homescienceoffice@gmail.com, are not a good kind of email IDs to be used. And there is no mechanism to see that who these people are. If you go to About Us, but where are the details? Where are the email IDs? And how do we know? I'll speak about the editor-in-chief. How do we know where is she working from, where she is? Dr. Narula Marua, who is she? We don't have the detail of the editor-in-chief. And we don't even know that editor-in-chief has given the consent, yes or no.
So basically, sir, I believe effort is correct, but there a lack of technology.
Lack of knowledge and technology and awareness. Even if it is a genuine journal, people will say it a predatory journal because of the color combinations and because of the
not a kind of academic website. It's a kind of marketing website where they're selling product. Research journals doesn't look like that. And the word international itself, and again, you can see the impact factor. They have taken RJIF 5.3. Let me write it down into my databases also, RJIF, and let's go to the website of RJIF. So they don't understand what is impact factor. RJIF impact factor is quantitative and quantitative. Let's see the website. Here it is. Do they have the mechanism? They don't have the mechanism. You send them the money, they will give you the impact factor. And they have put this, that large number of applications, please allow us. Any website can say there is a large number of applications. So these kind of things make a journal poor in the market. Even if they are doing good, but these kind of impact factor now. RJIF, let's go to UGC Care. UGC Care, I'll show you the point. Here it is. If any misleading or false matrices are displayed anywhere on the journal's websites or its pages, the journal will not be eligible for inclusion in the UC Care list. So their case is closed. As and when the UC Care will see RJIF on their journal's website, the case is closed for this journal. It can never get indexed. Scopus to bhul hi jaye aap. Scopus Clarivate aap bhul jaye. UGC Care mein bhi nahi ja sakte ye log because of the problem. That lack of awareness, or they don't know. That is why Indians are poor in running research and running research journals. That is why not much of the journals are there. That is why we proudly say that we are the only one which are there in I4C, I4A, what not. Right? I hope I clear your doubt on that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
I am Karthik. So
yes,
I have sent my paper 3 months before to journals, sir.
Right.
Kindly check the.
Can you give me the name of the journal?
International Journal of Business Review.
Who is the publisher?
International Journal of Business Review.
Okay. Can you see the publisher also?
No, sir.
Science Business Review. That is Science Direct Journal.
Yes, sir.
So these are two journals which are by the Science Direct and elsewhere. They are not standalone publishers, and they're giving the good information also. And you can see here it is about also abstracting and indexing also. The website is original. I am worried about the standalone publishers. This is a good journal, so go for it. It is in SSCI also, Emerald also, Scopus also,
ABDC also.
ABDC also, ABS also, I suppose, Chartered Association of Business Schools. It is everywhere.
Okay.
Close eyes and go for this journal.
Next one, sir. International Journal of Human Resource and Development. Yeah, development and management, yes. Yes.
That's an Inner Science journal. Again, these are standalone, these are good publishers. These are not standalone publishers. So you can rely on them, but let's see whether it is there in the databases or not. So here it is. 1.3, it is in Scopus at the moment.
Yes, sir.
Right, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. So good publishers, you can rely on them. I am worried about the standalone publishers. Like I'll show you an example of a fraud publisher. And I say that publicly also that they are fraud. So you click on publisher in Scopus and there is a publisher named IAEME publication. So it had 5 journals in Scopus for 1 year and all are now thrown out. Why? Because they were doing the fraud. And they were standalone publisher. So by mistake, I don't know with which error they were in Scopus for 1 year. And now all the journals are removed. I'll show you another publisher, Blue Eye Intelligence publisher. It published 32,000 research papers through 3 journals. Blue Eye Intelligence. This journal, International Journal of Innovative Technology and Exploring Engineering, published 8,800 research papers in 1 year. 8,300. Can you beat that? And they're still there in the databases.
This is one journal. Another journal by the same publisher. International Engineering and Advanced Technology. $4,400 research papers. 12,000, right? Go back. And I'll show you some live examples of some of the international publishers also. The guest editor has made the mistake. So be very, very careful from the guest editions also. Many of the journals have sold out the guest editions. So now the third one of the same publisher. So 8,000, 4,000. And let's go to this one, the third one, 8,300. Right? So 21,000 research papers were published, multiplied by 20,000 they took per paper. So they earn around 4 to 5 crore rupees, sir. So you can see millions of dollars have been siphoned off from India. And where is that money now? 5 to 10 crore rupees are with them. What are they doing? They are publishing more journals through more fake websites.
Sir, can you check one journal also?
Yeah.
So name of the journal is?
Yeah, tell me.
International Research Journal.
The name is dubious.
International Research Journal of Management Sociology and Humanities.
Here it is. You can see the journal is dubious, the publisher is dubious, and let's see what is coming, what has come up in front of you, the gateway of excellence and all. So impact factor, they got 7 impact factor. You can see that they got some fraud impact factor, and
Yes.
they have the DOI number. That is good that they have the DOI number. They might have attended some of the workshops, but who has given them this impact factor? It's not known to us. It's written there. And let's see where are they indexed. So do you have any idea about their indexing? I don't think so. They're indexed.
Actually, sir, my
have not-
institutions, some
Yeah,
of the
they're not
research scholars are
indexed
publishing in it.
Yeah. So they're not indexed anywhere. They're only referred and peer-reviewed journal. They can say it. Otherwise, this has no standing on their own.
Sir, is it genuine or a predatory journal?
The website is original. It is a predatory journal because it has an impact factor of 7.8.
Yes, sir.
Impact
That
factor
is
can
why I
only
have
be gained by
doubt.
Clarivate. Yeah, the impact factor can only be gained by Clarivate only. So let's see more details. Who has given them this impact factor? Let's go there. More details. So this is by ICI, powered by ICI, JIF. Some JIF has given them the impact factor.
Yes, sir.
And it was in UGC in 2016. But
Yes, sir.
2018, it's not. It will never enter the UGC databases because UGC has written on the head that as and when you use the wrong impact factor, we will never add your journal. So these journals, if you want to apply in UGC Care List 1, need to get away with these fraud things. And these logos, Microsoft Academic, Ebasco, Google Scholar, why do we need these logos? And then this certificate,
Yes, sir.
International Citation
It's
Index India,
predatory.
110%. You see, you can see it on your own. Is it a journal website or a marketing website? Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Right? If you go to the COPE guidelines of 2000, I'll show you. The COPE is the biggest one. Predatory guidelines. If you see their predatory guidelines, you will
Yes, sir.
see that 80% of the journals are not using these guidelines and are predatory. So we usually work under the COPE guidelines. And this is the document. Here it
Yes,
is.
sir.
I'll show you that discussion document also. So when you read this discussion document, you will see that most of the journals are not going with this guideline, which are very, very important. They will not give you the information like this. Here it is. Mandatory fees are not stated. Process for
Yes, sir.
identification or dealing with allegations is not there. Governing body, we do not know. Ownership and management, we do not know. Name of the journal is easily confused or with some other association or all. Website contains misleading or false information, which I have shown you. And then the publication ethics column is not there. Allegation of misconduct is not there. Publication schedule is not there. Archiving is not there. Revenue sources are not there. It's like advertising. Direct marketing hoti hai. So deception by family name. So there is a lot of things which makes a journal predatory.
Yes, sir. Actually, this journal is charging fees for 4,000 for publishing.
Yes, it's very less for them. If they publish around 200 papers every month, so 4,000 into 200, they are earning 8
And they
times
publish
rupees a month.
only 10 to 12 papers.
Right. So that we know. We do not know how much comes out. So let's go to the archived issues. How many issues they are publishing? Every month they are publishing an issue.
Yes,
So
sir.
issue
Yes,
one. So issue one, how many papers they have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that too in Hindi.
yes, sir.
Can you beat that Hindi?
They
So how
publish
can
in
you say-
all the fields.
So how can you say 10 papers a month? They're publishing 50 papers a month. Let's start from this January edition. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Had 50 papers, man. Where are now 600? It's not easy. You say that they're only publishing 10 papers. No. Let's go to issue 9, volume 13. Let's see how many are in this September edition. Here it is. And that too Hindi. It's not a bilingual journal because it's not written here. If it is a bilingual journal, it should have been written here. This is what the miscommunication they are doing.
Yes, sir.
Right? This is total miscommunication. This is not as per the KUK guidelines for an international level of journal. The word, it is very, very dubious international word. You can write the word international anywhere in the world, but you need to have the guts to be an international kind of researcher or international kind of journal. That is why our journals are, most of the Indian journals are fake and not in the good lists.
Okay.
I hope I'm right, Neeraj sir. I'm not showing the harsh words, but somehow this is a kind of thing that we see that the word international is being misused by a lot of Indian journals.
Absolutely, sir.
Sir, this is Sudha here. Can you just throw some light on the journal, International Journal of Advanced Study and Work?
International. Now let's see who's the Private Limited Thane and indexing. Let's go to the indexing. They're not indexed anywhere, man. So do not publish with them. These are not the recognized indexing agencies.
Okay,
Right?
sir. Thank you.
So do not publish with them. It's just a kind of peer-reviewed journal, and again, it's written international. Visitor count is there, and many things are there, but doesn't have the you can say quality to be indexed in a good agency like UGC Care or Scopus and Go. Now, let me go to you a news of Elsewhere. Elsewhere, I'm working with Elsewhere also. I'm working with Turnitin also as a consultant. I'm the brand ambassador for Emerald for Southeast Asia. And Elsewhere also, I've taken a lot of workshop. I will be doing one more workshop with them in Chennai in a medical college. So you can see there is a story. Elsewhere Journal has to retract nearly 50 papers. It was yesterday's story because it accepted papers on the positive advice of one illegitimate review report. And the name of the journal is Thinking Skills and Creativity. Look at the paper title. Steal Like an Artist, Connection Between Critical Thinking and Creativity of a Future Musician in a Digital Environment. Right? And then there will be more like that. Influence of piano playing on logical thinking formation of future musicians. And then peculiarities of creative thinking development within the educational piano playing course. Right? It's a peer review scam where peer reviews were manipulated, and you can see that the journal was run by this person, and it has been now thrown out. And Anna is also one of the lady who she caught this journal on February 7th, 2022. She suggested that this journal is being hijacked. An original Elsewhere journal has been hijacked. Now I will show you an example of a SAGE journal. SAGE has to retract 122 research papers of a journal. Name of the journal is Journal of Electrical Engineering. But look at the titles. So you can see International Journal of Electrical Engineering. But look at these three titles. I'm highlighting it for you. Please read them and see whether they are related to the electrical engineering journal, yes or no. So this is the main point you need to understand. If you see a journal publishing large number of out of purview research papers, 110% it's a predatory journal and it will be retracted sooner or later. अगर आपने से पकड़ लिया कोई ना कोई और भी पकड़ लेगा. So be very, very careful from publishing with guest edited editions, even of international publishers, of recognized publishers also. So, sir, please see whether these three titles are related with electrical engineering journal, yes or no. Anybody? Quick yes or no.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. But they got into it. Now all have been retracted and removed. And it happened with Springer Nature also. After Sage, it happened with Springer Nature also. So Springer Nature Journal of Geosciences got retracted because of they published absolute gibberish into that. Arabian Journal of Geosciences. The website is open. This has happened with PLOS also. So PLOS has to be, you need to very, very carefully understand that the PLOS papers, PLOS has to retracted papers. Meanwhile, it opens. We'll go to this Springer Nature. Let's go to Springer Nature. Here it is. The PLOS one is this. PLOS want to retract more than 100 papers of manipulated peer review. Right? PLOS is a very good publisher. Then Springer Nature is also a very good publisher. Arabian Journal of Geosciences. Sir, look at the title. You will be amazed. I will be reading the title in front of you. The characteristics of rainfall in coastal areas and the intelligent library push system oriented to the Internet of Things. Distribution of earthquake activity in mountain area based on embedded system and physical fitness detection of vast level. Can you beat that? So they are publishing whatever they want to in gibberish because they know that the peer review system has been flawed. And in online, it is very difficult to catch it also because people are submitting and the reviewer is giving okay. And the chief editor was also with them. So the fraud is happening with international journals also, with recognized names also. Now, how you can catch it? Please do not publish with the journal who's publishing large number of papers which are out of the purview, because you can see the titles there. So background search, background check of every journal is required. Right? Now, any other question, anyone? We have time.
So,
Yes.
could you please take one more? It's International Journal of Indian Culture and Business Management. It is showing in Web of Science, but not in Scopus.
So,
But I have
so
checked.
don't worry. It is in Web of Science. It is good. It's not that every journal will be everywhere. Some are in Web of Science, some are in Scopus, some are in ABDC, some are in ABS only, and some are in NAS, which is for agriculture. So this journal is in Clarivate only, and it has the impact factor also. Good for us. It doesn't mean that every journal has to be in Web of Science.
So, but don't you think like it is in UGC Care one list also? But there are other Inder Science journals which were there.
It varies from journal to journal, ma'am. It varies from journal to journal. Not every Inder Science journal will be everywhere. Some journals are nowhere. Some Inder Science journals are nowhere in UGC Care, nowhere in Scopus, nowhere in Web of Science, nowhere in ABDC.
Yes, sir, I understand that, but what the pattern is, I'm observing this journal since 1 year. It is still there, but there are other similar to this, like Inder Science journals only, which has been removed from UGC Care list.
Yes, Inder Science, because of the lackluster attitude, the UGC is removing it. I'll show you the example. Let me take you to UGC now. So if I go to this UGC, if I type UGC Group 1, so in Group 1, they have removed 2 journals of Inder Science, specifically in the discontinued in July 2022. So what is the reason? Reason is that they are not bad, but their practices are bad. So I go to this recently discontinued journal. Here it is, Inder Science. These are the 2 journals. Can you see this?
Yes,
they were discontinued in July 2022. What is the reason? Here it is. Journals found to be involved in unethical practices. So there might be some kind of unethical. They are delaying the things. If you delay a paper from one of my paper in Inder Science is delayed from last 2 years. It got the DOI in August 2020. It's still not added into my account.
Okay.
So they haven't released it officially. So this is unethical. Even if you're not taking any money, but you are unethically stopping a paper from being there by, it's been 2 years. So if I type Sumit Narula Inder Science, so
I need to see whether, so one of my paper, my own paper, is being stuck with them for the last 2 years. So why are they not? That is why they're unethical. So it is, that is why even if they're doing well, but their practices are dubious. Right? If somebody complained about them, then it's being checked, and if it's found dubious, they will be removed. So this journal, the pattern, if this pattern is dubious, even if it is an Inder Science journal, UGC will do the needful, they will get it removed.
Okay, sir.
So this is the point with Inder Science. Why not Elsevier journal is being removed? Why not Sage journal is being removed? Why not Taylor and Francis journal is being removed by UGC? Why only Inder Science? Because of this delay.
Sir, again, but here is 12 issues per year. I mean, this is too much.
Can go for that. They can go for that. It doesn't mean that 12 issues will have 100 papers. Every issue might have 5 papers. So the total will be around 60. So 12 issues is not a problem with a big publisher. They can have 12 issues. But for a standalone publisher, whom you do not know, whom you haven't heard of, are having 12 issues is a doubtful concern.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you.
Right. Please, everybody, please free to...
Sir.
Yeah.
Sumit, sir?
Yes, sir.
There's a question related to what you just explained. This is question from Rupali Sandhu. She says, Journal of Positive School Psychology, as you told, it's a fake journal, but it was in Scopus list in 2022. So it will be counted or not?
So now the point is, this journal is a red flag journal. Many people have written to Scopus and to know about the status of this journal. Now, when you copy this name and you go to Scopus, Scopus has no database of this journal, but on the website they say that they are on Scopus index journal and they are at Q2. They are not at Q2 also. So let's search it there and I'll prove that why it is a red flag journal. I will also show you the mail if I get the mail from my colleague. I've asked him to send me the mail. So let it be Journal of Positive School Psychology. So you can see the name is not there. You are unable to find it, but I will type again. I'll sign out. I'll enter with my own name. So let's see. Maybe there is a difference between some kind. So sign in. Everybody can have the access like this with your Gmail ID. A limited access will be provided to you, but a lot of information will be given to you about that journal. So let's go by this now. Go to sources. The access is limited now. So again, the name is not coming up. The Journal of Positive School of Psychology. Here it is. Let's go to this journal. The first point is you do not have the source homepage here, sir. When you do not have the source homepage with Scopus itself, that means it's a doubtful journal on its own. We need to have the source homepage. Then you go to content coverage. There are no papers added because of the dubious character of this journal. The site score was the previous one, which was there in 2021. Now we have reached to the October 2022. If we go by the numbers only, there are only 26 documents at the moment. And that we also not able to see. So 110% it's a dubious and red flag journal. So do not publish with this journal because of these reasons, that you are unable to see any kind of data online about that journal. Now, if you go to the website, on the website, there are thousands of papers. There are thousands of papers, and they have some below are the data also involved in this fraud. So they have shown that these people have done the fraud on this journal. So they say that ASR India has filed case against them under publishing obscene information, cheating and dishonesty, including delivery of property, making false documents or false electronic records. Below are the details of authors and editors involved in this fraud. So they say that these people have done the fraud on behalf of this journal, on the pretext of this journal, not behalf, on the pretext of this journal. Right? So at the moment, it's a red flag journal. I sincerely advise you not to publish with this journal.
Sir, Rupali?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Rupali's question was, it was in Scopus till 2022. So
it will show in Scopus. It's not still there in the discontinued list, but it is red flagged. Red flagged means do not publish with this journal. It's not written anywhere. I am telling you the inside information. It is red flagged.
Sir, but can I show this paper anywhere
This paper will
in
never,
PhD?
ma'am, this paper will never enter the database. आपके नाम के आगे ये paper जाएगा ही नहीं in Scopus में. The paper will stay here on the website only.
Okay, so
it will never enter the database. I have shown you the database.
There is of no use to publish.
Yes,
but I have already published.
So you can see there, it's not shown here. You have published it, it's fine, but it's not here in the database, in the Scopus. It will stay on the website only. That is a concern.
Sir?
Okay, sir.
That is a concern. The paper, if it enters the database, well and good. Enjoy that thing. But if it not, it will not give you any benefit because everybody will check your paper in the database only. You can say that you have published 15 papers, but it should be in the database also.
Sir, here I would like to answer Rupali.
Yes,
But Rupali, you may claim it in your CV, but wherever you will apply, people will search that in the Scopus. If it's not there, you will not get any credit or any points for that.
Okay, sir. But I can show this in my annual seminar or something like that in PhD.
As Sumit sir mentioned, not advisable.
But it varies from institution to institution. If your institution is not checking it, go ahead for it. But informally, I say that do not do it because now the institutions are getting very, very careful in giving you the benefits. Because in this seminar, you will get the benefit for the PhD. So your PhD depended on a paper which never was in the database, which never has any record. So somehow it is like fudging the data or giving wrong information intentionally. So that is the point.
Okay, sir.
So
Right.
International Journal of Environmental Technology and Management.
Journal of?
International Journal of Environmental Technology and Management.
Environmental Technology and Management. It's an Indra Science journal again. I'm saying that they're poor in working, but it's not a publisher, so I don't have a doubt that it will be a good journal. It might be indexed also. Let's see. Again, it's in Scopus also. It's in Clarivate also. It's a good journal. You can go for it. Here it is. You can see Scopus also. And others also.
Okay.
So let's go to DOAJ, sir. I think we got 10 more minutes, 10, 15 minutes. So let's go to the open access policies because money is a lot an important issue for you to understand that where to pay, when to pay, and whom to pay. So let me explain you the things in DOAJ also, open access policies. So I think you have understood predatory, cloned, and fraud impact factor. And thus the last topic that we have is open access policies. So we have, I'll go to Word. We have 4 categories of open access journals to follow in your life. So the first one is Platinum Open Access, which is also known as Diamond Open Access. Second is Gold Open Access. Third is Hybrid Open Access. And fourth is Subscription Model Open Access. These are the 4 models which we will follow, and everywhere money is involved and somewhere money is not involved. Diamond. Right? So Platinum Open Access is the example. In Platinum Open Access model, you will have the free access to the paper as well as to the publisher. So the example like our journal, you publish with us for free and you can see your paper for free. You can download the paper for free. This is called Platinum Open Access model, and many journals are doing that also. I will show you an Emerald journal also. Emerald Open Access journal. Here it is. So they have a journal named. In that you do not have to pay any money, right? And you can download the paper for free. You can publish the paper for free. That is Open Access Journal. And DOAJ is the agency. Directory of Open Access Journal is an agency which gives you data also. So you go to search, click on journals, and you can see there are 18,000 journals. 18,000 journals which are open access and free. When you click on without APC, here it is. Use this filter. Out of 18,000, 12,000 are open access and free. So, sir, there are people who are asking. So, there are 12,500 open access journals which does not have any APC, and these are the categories. So, if you want to see management, so you click on management in commerce, and you use this filter. So, let's see how many open access. 525 open access journals without the APC are there in management. Right? So this is how you can search as per your subject. Right? So this is called Platinum Open Access Journal. Second one is the Gold Open Access. Like there is a journal, Big Data and Society. When you go to the journal, it is uprightly asking for the APC. On the front page, it's written that they need the APC, which is $1,500. So you go to this journal, journal description. Let's read the journal description. Here it is. The APC. It's written that the APC is $1,750. So this is called Gold Open Access, where you have to pay the APC. But yes, you can write to them also that you are from a poor country and this, that, they can remit it $2,000 and all. But the point is, when is to pay? The article processing charges is payable when a manuscript is accepted after peer review before it is published. Right? This is $1,750. Now, who is the benefactor? We are the benefactor. I can download the paper without any checking on it. I can download this paper, like this paper. You have paid the APT, 1,700. This journal is free access. The lock is open. I am going to download it for free. That's it. I got the paper. So that is there. So that is there. Now I got the paper for free. This is called Gold Open Access, the second category, where you paid the APC, but I got the paper for free. Third is So third one is hybrid model. So there is a journal of public affairs or many related journals, where they will ask you, or the journal of this journal, Asia Pacific journal, they will ask you that once your paper is selected, whether you want to go for open access or you want to go for the closed access. We said that we go for closed access. Our paper is under embargo now. It is under early site, but if it is an open access, the fees was $1,500, and after paying them $1,500, our journal would have been freely available to all. Now it has only 54 downloads, but if it is under open access, the third category, it might have more publicity. So third category was hybrid open access, where they ask you, where they will ask you to publish in which category. Right? In Gold Open Access, you pay the APC, but we will be able to download it for free. In Platinum, everything is free, including the publishing as well as the downloading. In subscription model, they will check whether you have the subscription, whether your library, whether if your institution
has the access to that journal. If it is there, they will publish your paper for free. So these are the mechanisms that are being followed into open access. So you need to carefully understand. And if you have any other problem related to open access or paying money, you just contact us. We will get back to you in 48 hours, in 48 to 24 hours on all the information related to the open access policies. Sir.
Sir, we have almost more than 10 requests for the various journals.
We can search some, and I will be putting my mobile number in the chat box. So as and when you are
Hello.
Just a second, ma'am. Just a second. So this is my mobile number for everybody. Do not call me because I don't pick up the unknown numbers because of the threats from the publishers, from fraud publishers. You can WhatsApp me or you can message me, and then we can speak in detail. If I am unable to answer your query at the moment, you can message me the name of the journal. And after, in the evening, I usually sit in the night from 10 to 12 on these fraud journals. So in the night around 10, if you give me the WhatsApp, I can reply back quickly. So you need to give me some time, but I will be able to answer all the journals because we have a lot of data with us to catch them.
That's really great, sir. Sir, would you like to tell something about your Center of Excellence for Detection of Fake News and
The whole work
Disinformation?
that we are doing, the whole work that we are doing is under the Center of Excellence on Detection of Fake News and Disinformation only. I'm a Google certified fact checker and trainer under the Factshala initiative. And we do a lot of workshops in this area, and we do a lot of workshops in schools for the students in catching the fraud research and in fraud news also. We have the mechanism to catch a fraud picture, fraud image manipulation, fraud news, and a lot of work is doing. There are 5 researchers at the moment doing a PhD under me in this area, misinformation and disinformation. And the work that we do for the society is under this center only. And MIT University is pioneer in this, that they have given me the opportunity when I got the training from the Singapore APAC headquarters of Google. When I came back in 2019, they gave me the opportunity to start the center. And now the center is doing really well in the area of this fraud research and catching fake news and disinformation, because of, that India many times in election they use fake information to change the mindset of the voters, and also we are trying our level best to give them the right information about the voting pattern also, as well as the developmental issues related to government also. And research is a very, very important. Academics is very, very important part. So we are doing more. We are laying more emphasis on research on this. Sir.
Right, sir. So would you like to share your email ID also?
Yes, sir. I have my email ID. That is cdfnd. That is the official email ID for catching the fraud we do. cdfnd.gw.mit.edu. Your information is safe with us. You can send the name of the journal. We'll get you the information. We get a lot of tip-off from the people from India. I get a lot of tip-off. Have you seen this journal? Have you seen that journal? And after getting that tip-off, I check that journal and I give a lot of information to various sources of UGC. I give information to elsewhere. I give information to Turnitin. I give information to Web of Science people also about these journals. So they have their own mechanism to put a journal in or out. But yes, I give them an information about a journal that this is my analysis of that journal. So this is the information we give to the authorities, higher authorities, into the various institutions also. And I do a lot of verification calls of the universities, and I do a lot of verification for many people, not the personal people, but of the universities and for the things. That is why I know that what are the problems in the rankings and what are the errors are there in the ranking. There was a story also that 5 institutions got higher ranker than IISc. So I think they have given us a blueprint or white print of that, also the NAC one. But there's a lot of work that we are doing, and a lot of involvement of the people is required. Because if you go for early publication, DBS publishers will be there. If you go for 28-hour or 48 hours publication, DBS publishers will be there. So be very, very careful that nothing is easy. And usually it will take around 6 months, minimum 6 months, and sometimes 1.5 years also for a good publication.
Right, sir. So, sir, I think we should have more and more of such lectures, because everybody is, going for publication and then they regret that they published in the fake or these clone journals. So if you will allow, we will put this session on the YouTube also.
Sure.
So
many of my sessions are online, so this can also I have no problems in giving this online. So you can do it online, and as and when I have given the number, I am getting a lot of WhatsApp also. So I will be requiring to answer all the queries by the evening today, and you can send me as many queries as you can.
Right, sir. So I have noted down the queries from the chat box, so people need not to worry that their message is not seen. It's duly noted, and I will, after this session,
I will be thanking them all. So
yeah,
I'm also in the chat box. So because patiently they are listening and all the participants are here, so that means the data was good and the feedback was good.
yes, sir, certainly. But for a formal feedback session, we will share that link for with the all the participants who are in this session. So link will be shared later at your email ID. And as regard the workshop certificate, please give us a time of 6-7 days because it's a festive season. So after we will resume to the college, then we will provide the e-certificates to all the participants of the Google Meet workshop. This one. So with that, we come to the end of this particular session. So on behalf of Department of Business Administration, NIT Kurukshetra, and on behalf of all of these participants, I would like to extend a very hearty vote of thanks to Sumit sir. Sir, really great. It was a really great session, and like to have more and more sessions with you in the future also.
Right. So definitely, same from my side. I really enjoyed, and it's been 3 years and 3 hours. It's been 3 hours, and I think we need more time. And thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Sure. Thank you, everyone, for joining.
Right. So thank you, everyone. Thank you. Stay in touch. Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, sir. Bye.